And the Buffaloes are rolling tonight in Boulder as they try to steamroll the Iowa State Cyclones and claim a Big 12 North title. Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler present Big 12 football on Fox Sports Net. Tonight, the Iowa State Cyclones face the number 17 ranked team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes at Folsom Field. A glance at the standings and you see what's at stake. The Buffaloes' only blemish, a loss to Oklahoma. Kansas State trying to keep pace with a victory today over Nebraska. Iowa State shows up at 4-3 in the league, 7-4 overall. Hi everyone, Bill Land and Gary Reasons, glad to have you with us on a gorgeous night in the Rocky Mountains. And Gary Barnett's got his Buffaloes back on track, Gary. One win, they have an opportunity to get back-to-back Big 12 titles.
No doubt about it. He is very simplistic in his goals, Bill. Gary Barnett said at the beginning of the season, hey, just take care of what we can control. That's winning the Big 12 North and getting the Big 12 championship game. They win tonight, they're there. And
he's got the guy to take them there in tailback Chris Brown.
Just one of the best tailbacks in the country, Bill, leading the nation in rushing per game. This young man is a talented tailback, and he runs through the holes very well. He's got the speed to take it outside, and he's trying to play for a couple of things himself. He wants to get to 2,000 yards on the season rushing. He has 2 games yet to do that still, and also he's a Heisman hopeful, a Heisman candidate. Should be powerful tonight.
As for Iowa State, they got off to a terrific start, ranked number 9, 6-1, and then the road schedule. Oklahoma, Texas, last week K-State. Don't count them out when you got a quarterback, Seneca Wallace.
Seneca Wallace is one of the most exciting football players in college football. He can make plays with his arm, but I tell you, when he runs the football, look out, this young man can play. Seneca Wallace, also a Heisman hopeful. Bill, we've got 2 great football players in this game tonight. Should be fun to watch.
All right, the Buffaloes take on the Cyclones. Iowa State trying to rebound from the loss at Kansas State. Now let's join Bill Jones on our Fox Sports Net College Football Studio.
Thanks, Bill and Gary. Back here in the Fox Sports Net studios, we'll be updating other action around the Big 12 and the country on another hectic college football Saturday. The Kansas State Wildcats continue to put the heat on those front-running Colorado Buffaloes in the Big 12 North. Runaway winners over Nebraska today. And one of the games of the day in College Station, Texas, Texas A&M and Missouri go 2 overtimes. Brad Smith with a game-winning touchdown for Missouri, 33-27. Tigers over the Aggies. All the big highlights from the Big 12 and beyond coming your way on the Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report. And we'll have late-breaking updates on our Dr. Pepper game breaks as well. In a moment, back to Boulder. Bill Land, Gary Reasons, the Buffaloes, and the Cyclones.
Do you love to watch movies at home? Then let Columbia House welcome you to the DVD revolution.
Either in or you're out, right now.
Presenting the Columbia House Deal of the Century. Now, get this home DVD player for only $39.99 plus shipping and processing when you join the Columbia House DVD Club. Plus, get a free DVD of your choice. You can watch the hottest movies on your new DVD player. Why wait to enjoy state-of-the-art digital picture and sound? Plus, this multifunction DVD player plays music CDs and MP3s. Remember, the DVD Deal of the Century also includes a free DVD of your choice.
I would have my vengeance.
Choose from our spectacular library of DVDs with over 2,000 popular movie titles. From the hottest movies to box office blockbusters. It's a deal you can't refuse. A home DVD player for just $39.99 plus shipping and processing. And a free DVD when you join the Columbia House DVD Club. Quantities are limited, so don't wait. Call now. Isn't it time to upgrade your movie watching experience with DVD extras? Like behind-the-scenes clips, outtakes, and director's cuts? So don't miss out on this limited time offer. A home DVD player for just $39.99 plus shipping and processing. When you join the Columbia House DVD Club.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me!
Plus, to start your DVD collection now, we'll give you a movie of your choice absolutely free. Quantities are limited, so don't wait. Call now.
Thank you very much.
Call 1-800-233-3811 to get your DVD player for only $39.99 plus shipping and processing with membership and to choose your free DVD. Have your credit card ready and call toll-free. 1-800-233-3811. That's 1-800-233-3811.
Rockstar star Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ryan Newman was born to make NASCAR more exciting. The Daytona 500 returns this February only on Fox.
The NFL Show. It's football with a little Fox flavor. 3 game shows will never be the same. The NFL Show on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado. Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week. Colorado against Iowa State. Bill Land and Gary Reasons with you up top. And down on the field, our third member of our broadcast crew, Zach Klein, with the head coach of the Cyclones, Dan McCarney.
Thank you, Bill. Coach, you and I spoke last night. Asked to describe your road schedule. He said flat out brutal. 4th straight game away from Ames in which you'll face a top 20 opponent. What do you have to do to get it done tonight against Colorado?
Well, we're going to have to get off to a great start. They're a classy football team playing for the Big 12 North title, as you mentioned. But we're used to going on the road playing a lot of great football teams. This is just another one. It's the best conference in college football.
Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Iowa State playing for a shot in a major bowl game. Colorado playing for the Big 12 North title. It's Dr. Pepper College Game of the Week, and it's coming your way next.
I will tell you about my Get Out of Nebraska shirt. I was at a thrift store in Wayne, Nebraska, and I stumbled upon this incredibly gaudy orange-striped shirt that I thought was hideous at the time, and I wore it out to the bar, and all my friends said, hey, man, if you wear that shirt, you're going to have to leave Nebraska. You can't wear that shirt here. It sort of just, you know, I don't know, it fueled me to get out of Nebraska and come to the big town here.
Bass, a taste for more.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may exhibit carne asada bravado.
Carne asada steak tacos, ladies?
Yeah.
It's an old family recipe.
Really? Yeah.
I did. I made it myself.
I thought he was Irish.
He's on a roll.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
Welcome back. Iowa State versus number 17, Colorado. Buffs need a win to roll to Houston for the Big 12 championship game. 52 degrees. Beautiful night. The wind could be a slight factor at 14 miles per hour. Forecast low of 34 tonight as Colorado tries to wrap up the Big 12 North. Win tonight, and their game with Nebraska would only add to their ranking as Nebraska fell earlier today to Kansas State. And Colorado ready to return on the kickoff. Iowa State won the toss, and the Buffs will end up receiving the football. Snead takes it in the end zone and downs it there. And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 20 for Colorado. Their quarterback, Robert Hodge, second best passing game of the season last week at Missouri after a bad outing against Oklahoma. Their offensive line, they lose studs like Rogers and Giroud. Lucier and crew have been dominating. Number 9 run game in the country. Backs and receivers right in the middle. Derek McCoy, a big play threat, provides some balance to the nation's top rusher, Brown. We'll look at the Cyclone defense in just a moment. 1st and 10 for Colorado at its own 20-yard line. The play action, and they come out firing, and Drum, the fullback, rolls and has a 1st down, stepping out right around the 30-yard line. Phillips was there to chase him. Now the Cyclones defense. A true freshman has been a real force. Nick Leaders thrown into the fray early. He's held up Tyson Smith, their sack leader, with 7. Their linebackers, Lloyd, Word, and Brown, are the top 3 tacklers on the team, a total of 301. And in the secondary, they're all 5'8" or shorter. They make up for it with great pressure and excellent speed. It is a 1st down after a 10-yard scamper by Drum, only his 7th rush of the year. There's a little bit different look. Now they come back to bread and butter, and that is Brown. He is tackled by Billups as he's brought down at the 34. How about the Buffs game plan?
Well, you see the I-back formation. Chris Brown dots that I, and they need to run the football well tonight. Keep on that game plan, pound the rock, run the football, do a good job of that. And I think we need to force Seneca Wallace to throw the football, make him one-dimensional. And Robert Hodge, the quarterback, just make good decisions. You've got the tools around you. You don't have to win the football game. Let the other players play.
3 wideouts to the right, and they slam it. And not much doing there on a 2nd down and 6 situation.
You know, one of the things that Colorado does very well, Bill, they run the ball extremely well with Chris Brown inside, but I think they've got one of the best play-action passing games as well. When they have to, you have to contend with Chris Brown coming in there running the ball and Bobby Purify at tailback. It opens up that short passing game and play action, and we saw that first play of the game with a completion to Brandon Drum.
Matt Word, their leading tackler, makes the stop there, senior out of Miami, Florida, and it leaves the Buffaloes with a 3rd down and 5 here in the opening series for Colorado at the 35-yard line. Brown, the tailback, behind the quarterback, Hodge, looking to throw it. Good protection, and drilled it to Bloom for a 1st down across the CU 42-yard line. Jeremy Bloom, the freshman from Loveland, Colorado, world-class skier, his 2nd reception of the year.
Well, Jeremy's going to meet Jeremy. Jeremy Bloom's going to catch a football, and Jeremy Lloyd's going to lay the wood on him here, the outside linebacker. Watch him come in and make a pretty good shot there. Does not dislodge the football, though. Jeremy Bloom there coming into the game, Bill. He is a big threat player. This young man has some quicks out on the outside and can be a big threat in his offense.
Nearly had his helmet torn off last week in a non-call at Missouri. They want to get him the ball more often, says Sean Watson, the offensive coordinator. Hodge keeps it on the 1st and 10. Stopped at the 45, and Jermaine Billups is there, a junior from Omaha, Nebraska.
Not a bad play by Robert Hodge. Talk about playing smart within his context of his football team. He doesn't have to make the tough throws. Good coverage that time by the Cyclones. Pull it down. Robert Hodge has 4.5 speed, Bill. He can make plays with his feet also.
Iowa State, in their tough road run that we've documented for you, has been riddled a bit. But last week in the Kansas State 58-7 loss, the score was misleading. 2 interceptions for touchdowns for the Wildcats. The Iowa State defense only allowed 385 yards, and you would think with 58 points it would have been a nightmare, but they played rather well. They just got the deep hole. Brown on the 2nd down carry is stopped by Nick Leaders.
We talk about Nick Leaders coming into a defensive tackle spot. He's got to shore up that side of the line there. Jordan Karsten's on the other side, the defensive tackle for the Cyclones defense up front. They're 2 pretty good players. They have to tackle very well, get off the blocks, and wrap up Chris Brown in the hole, or Chris Brown can run for a big day here.
Brown gets a breather. Bobby Purify comes in. The defense doesn't get a breather. This 6-foot junior, their 2nd leading receiver, and he's also an excellent pass blocker if they need help there. 3rd and 6. Hodge pitches it now. Purify rolls across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. And Bobby Purify picks up the 1st down as Brandon Brown makes the tackle for the Cyclones.
Well, that's good execution, I tell you, by Robert Hodge, the quarterback. Take a look at Bobby Purify, what he's done this year. Is a good 1-2 punch coming in with Chris Brown. Those 2 at tailback, Bill. Excellent job, those 2 running the football.
Brown comes back in. Yeah, Purify 503 yards rushing. Last year, he had 916, 8th in the league. Brown last year, 946. This year, of course, the nation's best, 16-17 coming in here. 1st and 10 at the 44. Hodge, short drop, and completes it. McCoy, well done after the catch. Derek bobbled it a bit. Billups was unable to bring him down right away. He and Word combined for the tackle.
Talk about Robert Hodge being a smart quarterback, Bill. I think he's got to understand a couple of things for his offense. You see the throw there outside of McCoy. Robert Hodge is in the middle here. He's the manager of this football team. He understands he's got Chris Brown, who's the nation's #1 rusher. And on the other side, take a look here. You got the nation's leading punter. He actually leads the conference and #2 in the nation. Those 2 things are good situations. It's not bad to go to 4th down and have yourselves punt the football.
Yeah, and they tell Robert Hodge, you don't need to win the game. Just manage it for us. We've got all the weapons necessary. And Brown shows you that as he nearly broke it. Jeremy Lloyd makes the tackle. Brown has 6 runs of 50 or better this year, Gary. He lost some weight. The speed and the explosion is better than ever.
No doubt about it. He runs through tackles. He's great between the tackles, Bill. I like what he does. He has his pad level low. He keeps moving forward. Good leg drive. We saw him last week against Missouri. He just run through tackles and carry defenders for extra yardage.
You see what Brown needs to become a 2,000-yard rusher. With that run, he is now the 2nd highest rush single season total in Colorado history. Hodge to throw it on 2nd and 4 and has to unload as he was pressured in the backfield. Monty Boston chasing Robert Hodge, a senior out of Torrance, California. And talk about a guy that has stepped in and done the job. Oaks went down with the injury, the concussion problem, then left school. Hodge, the guy that was put on the hot spot, he had a series of great games against UCLA, Kansas State, Kansas, and Baylor. Struggled a bit in the win over Tech, and then really had some problems against Oklahoma. Bounced back last week, though, and the Bucks are on track for a Big 12 North title. Purify in the backfield, 3rd and 4 for CU. Ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and unable to come up with it was DJ Hackett. Lloyd got a touch on it. Linebacker Jeremy Lloyd, senior out of Pittsburgh, Texas.
Well, Jeremy Lloyd's been the most active linebacker here for the Cyclones this year, and you'll see him here on this play. Hey, just make a play. If you're not going to get to the quarterback, go ahead and get into his face and get your hands up, deflect that pass, force an incompletion. He's been active, Bill. 11 tackles for loss, 6 sacks on this season. Going to bring up a 4th down here, and Colorado's trying a field goal.
That'll bring on Brome. As you see, 9 of 18, his best a 48-yarder, and he sets up here just inside the 34 for a 44-yarder. Got it all and nails it. Brome's 44-yard field goal puts Colorado on the board on its opening possession. 3-0 Colorado over Iowa State. Kickoff when we come back on Fox Sports Net.
How many ways can you get on a new Suzuki ATV? During Quad Fair, plenty. Qualified buyers can purchase a new Suzuki Quad Runner and get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest until April 2003, or low APR financing. Plus, choose a 1-winch for only $69.95 or 100 Suzuki bucks, good for accessories. Come in and enter the Quad Fair sweepstakes for a chance to win a Suzuki Sport Utility Vehicle or ATV. Come in today. Offers end November 30th, 2002.
At Advance Auto Parts, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
We had Florence here check out the prices of our competitors versus ours. Do you have the results? But first, Florence, would you ever lie to millions of Americans who really want to believe that someone on TV is capable of telling the truth?
Never.
Go.
Advance is still the queen of low prices.
Queen, Florence?
As long as I'm here.
Queen's fine.
Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Gary Barnett, got to be pleased. Opening drive, he cashes in 3 points. Officially a 43-yard field goal for Brome. 2 years ago here, what a different scene as snow covered Boulder Folsom Field, and Iowa State knocked off Colorado. The pass to J.J. Moses. This is the only Iowa State victory in the series in the last 18 games. The Bucks fall to the Cyclones, and Iowa State went on a 9-3 Inside.com Bowl, the first of 3 straight bowl seasons that Dan McCarney knows, boy, what a tough road it's been. He has really got things rolling for these folks in Ames.
Well, that was a big win a couple of years ago coming out here. He's got his football team ready to play. Pretty much embarrassed a week ago at Kansas State. He says that's not the way his football team has played the whole year, and they want to right themselves tonight, Bill.
And Iowa State with Rutland, the deep men, and the kickoff. Mariscal, the punter, will also kick it off for Colorado. Rutland in the end zone. Hiawatha will down it there, and the Cyclones, like Colorado, will have it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line as they trail 3-0. And Seneca Wallace will come out, Iowa State's career passing leader. He is also the Cyclones' career total offense leader, having a terrific season. Has struggled a bit in the interception department recently. The offensive line, Zach Butler, a co-captain and a real leader, has been through the ups and downs of the Cyclone program. And the backs and receivers, Danielson is their top receiver. They have an outstanding core, though, that is vastly underrated. It is 1st and 10 at the 20. Fake to the tailback, Wagner, and Wallace keeps it now, fires, incomplete through the hands of the intended receiver on the play, and Ninehouse was chasing. Lance Young probably thinking he should have caught that football. Now the Colorado defense, Tyler Brayton, the sack leader, and also last time we were here, caused, recovered, and returned a fumble for a touchdown in the Texas Tech win. Linebackers Killian and Walrus as they play a 4-2-5 setup here, and in the secondary, Strickland is their leading tackler of the team. Moore leads them in receptions with 4. 2nd and 10 at the 20 for ISU. Wagner hit hard after a yard or 2. What about the Cyclones' game plan, Gary?
Well, Bill, they foundation here offensively. Dan McCarney wants to run the football, but they've got a quarterback that can do a lot. But they have to play error-free. No mistakes, no turnovers. I think on defense, they have to do a good job. Just fly to the football like they can. I think that they have to get Seneca Wallace back to how he was playing in September and early October. Should be fun to watch.
Texas Tech has bumped off Texas, by the way. Been watching that one. Glad to have you aboard here at Fox Sports Net. Another wild day of football in the Big 12 Conference as the Raiders win in Lubbock. Here it's Colorado 3-0. And the pass by Wallace is complete to Whitford. Whitford to the 36-yard line. That'll be a first down as Medford Moore makes the tackle for Colorado.
Not a lot of people knew about Seneca Wallace a couple of years ago, coming out of junior college, a transfer, and just showing his arm strength there at the quarterback spot. He can drop back and throw the football. He can move it and throw it as well. Jack Whitford did a nice job catching that football, making some guys miss on defense. And Seneca Wallace spreads the ball around. You talked about his receiving core, Bill. We'll talk about them more. They're unheralded. I think they're all pretty good.
Well, yeah, everybody's got an opinion on him. Their offensive coordinator, Steve Brickey, said he's the best player in America. That's my opinion. And he loves the guy. Wallace shows his speed here. 45, 50. Watch out, Seneca Wallace. The 30. Wallace brought down inside the 20-yard line. What a run by the senior from Sacramento. Sorrell made the touchdown-saving stop.
Well, we talk about Seneca Wallace and what he can do throwing the ball. No doubt that he's a runner also. Down the line option here. Good fake inside. Then he just sees the gap and runs around the corner there. Good job by Sorrell showing his speed, catching Seneca Wallace on the corner. 48-yard pickup there on that play. Excellent job of execution by the Cyclones.
Longest run of the year for Wallace. His previous best was 33. And Iowa State down 3-0 now is knocking on the Buffs' door. 1st and 10 at the 16 of Colorado. Wagner, good tough run. Nice blocking up the middle for the Cyclones. And Wagner brought down near the 10.
Seneca Wallace, really an exceptional athlete, Bill. I tell you, the things that he does with the football. Take a look here. He's got all the momentum coming this way and sees the lane right there. Seneca Wallace is going to shoot here to the corner, do a good job with his feet. Excellent job, good speed. This quarterback, I tell you, that's why he's touted so highly as a Heisman hopeful. Can make plays, run the football, exceptional athlete. Does a great job throwing it as well.
2nd and 4 at the 10. Danielson in motion. Wallace completes it to Young at the 5, just outside the 5-yard line, where Phil Jackson makes the tackle, the cornerback for Colorado. He is a junior from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and importantly, it's a first down. They've got the first down to the 5-yard line, so they're going to have 1st and goal at the 5. Give him a lot of opportunities here to run the football inside. I talked about Dan McCarney running the football. That's the bread and butter of his offense. Although they've got a talented quarterback, they want to run the ball inside. They want to make a statement with their tailbacks. They want their offensive line to take over a football game.
Yeah, we've seen Wagner. We expect to see Brian Thompson and Hiawatha Rutland, who's been fighting an ankle injury. Cyclones want to talk it over here as they'll call a timeout. Dan McCarney in his 8th year at Iowa State at 36-54, but their 3rd straight winning year. And trailing here 3-0. We're back with more on Fox Sports Net.
World-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
I wake up in darkness for you. Bruise, break, bleed for you. Lose weight, lose touch, lose time for you. And what do you do for me?
Garcia and the Niners. Tomlinson and the Chargers. Fox NFL Sunday. This week on your local Fox station.
The Dr. Pepper Big 12 football game of the week on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. And Sonic, where chili makes it better. It's first and goal for the Cyclones. 8:13 to go first period. Iowa State trying to take the lead. They trail 3-0. This is their first possession. Pitch out to Wagner. Wagner finds the hole, dives, he's in. Iowa State, with Wagner getting his 7th TD, takes the lead 6-3.
Run downhill, power running here. Wagner does a good job finding the hole, Bill. That offensive line pushes him out, and he cuts back nicely. And Seneca Wallace, his handiwork, the big run there on that drive, sets up the touchdown.
Wallace, the 48-yard run to set him up. And the Cyclones now come on for the point after. Beneke, 40 of 40 this year. And Adams' shot is good. 7-3. Wagner the TD, Beneke the point after, and Iowa State leads Colorado 7-3.
There's this guy. Oh, it's in my face. Shouting at me. Just pushes me. But I love him. He's my coach. My coach.
Be a coach. Be a fan. Special Olympics.
The NFL Show. It's football with a little Fox flavor. 3 game shows will never be the same. The NFL Show on Fox Sports Net.
When it comes to consuming the majority of goods and services, homes wired for cable television are leading the way. A recent survey reveals that in the last 12 months, cable subscribers have purchased over 75% of new automobiles, domestic air travel, jewelry, toys, computers, and a whole lot more. As a business owner, can you afford not to be on cable? Call Cable Advertising of Metro Atlanta and put your advertising where your customers are.
We all need a little help sometime. Here's how you can help. Go to your local Kroger store and donate any non-perishable food items or purchase the prepackaged canned hunger box. It all goes to the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Let's all lend a hand and help can hunger.
Colorado scores on its first possession. Iowa State answers. Colorado with a field goal. Cyclones with a touchdown from Michael Wagner with a helmet off sitting down there. And Wagner a 5-yard run for his 7th of the year.
Well, good job blocking outside here. And Wagner's just going to cut it back inside here. Good job. You see the lane there? No doubt he sees that green grass in the end zone. Good job cutting the ball back.
By the way, you're talking about field conditions. We not only have a beautiful, cool, but crisp night here. This field is in absolute immaculate condition, particularly when you talk. This is the regular season finale as far as home games for Colorado. Senior night and all, and a great crowd on hand here at Folsom Field as Colorado prepares to receive the kickoff. Iowa State to kick it off as loosening up the back is Tony Yelp. Sneed, Calhoun, and Bloom are deep. Sneed from the goal line. 15, dances, hard-earned out to the 20-yard line, and let's go for a Dr. Pepper game break to Bill Jones in our studios.
Game of the day, Bill. Lubbock, Texas, 4th-ranked Texas, leading Texas Tech 38-35 fourth quarter. Cliff Kingsbury to Tarian Henderson, 25 yards for the touchdown. Texas Tech knocks off Texas 42-38. The Red Raiders head to the Big 12 title game if it beats Oklahoma next week.
Thank you, Bill. I tell you, we're all just sitting here shaking our head going, what could happen next in Big 12 football? I'm Bill Land along with Gary Reasons. Zach Klein on the sidelines as here, Colorado, 1st and 10 from its 20. And they start off on the ground as Brown is cut under around the 23-yard line. And Brandon Brown, a sophomore from Houston, Texas, made the tackle on Chris, who's a junior from Naperville, Illinois. There are the standings. Oklahoma 5-1. Yes, if Tech beats Oklahoma, they will go to the Big 12 championship game because beating the Sooners and Texas if Texas wins out against A&M. So they control their own destiny. Mike Leach's club, congratulations. They took care of part 1 with a victory in Lubbock. Here is Hodge. Unloads. Nearest man to the football was Atif coming up for the Buffalo.
Yeah, Robert Hodge just really throwing that football away. He throws it down into the outside. Luckily, though, the Cyclones didn't come back and get a chance for that interception. This offensive line, though, for Colorado, Bill, they can take over a football game. They're big, they're powerful, they've done a good job. We talked about Wayne Lucier, the right guard, leads at front up there, Ryan Gray at center. Senior-laden offensive line here. They got 4 seniors up there and 1 junior. So a lot of experience on that Buffs offensive line.
Yeah, they took control last week when they looked like they had the Missouri game in hand 27-7. Next thing you know, they're in overtime. They dominated as Brown got 22 of the 25 yards in the OT to give them the victory. Hodge on the pass, complete to McCoy, and he's knocked out of bounds as he crosses the 30 and got the first down. As Matt Word makes the tackle.
Well, Bill, we talked about this offensive line taking over. One of the things that the reason they may do that today is because I think they're just a little bit bigger than the Cyclones up front. They look here, the size differential. Colorado coming in weighing 294 pounds average across the front. Kind of a smallish defensive front here for the Cyclones. Expect them to move their defensive front a little bit, play in the gaps, try to combat the size and the power that the Buffs possess.
1st and 10 at the 32. Play action. Hodge. And again completes it, this time to Hackett. Hackett scampers out of bounds in Cyclone country as he's near the 45 of Iowa State. Anthony Forrest covering on the play. Hackett came in with 10 receptions for 101 yards. We saw Hodge work the play action very well against Missouri last week.
Well, he runs very well and he throws very well on the run. That time Hackett does a nice job running inside and bending it back out, and Robert Hodge just rolling to his right throws a strike.
They waste no time as they come right back to the ground game. On a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line, and Leaders makes the tackle this time on Brown. There's a good look at Chris, the junior. And some people forget that. Junior, his career has taken him a lot of places. Northwestern with Gary Barnett, redshirted, then went to Fort Scott Community College in Kansas, rushed for over 1,200 yards and 13 TDs. And then last year, an honorable mention all-conference pick, and now they're talking Heisman candidate as he leads the nation in rushing. 2nd and 6 at the 41. Purified. Brought down at the 40-yard line.
Good tackle that time by Brandon Brown, the weak side linebacker, scraping through there. The 3 linebackers, Bill, for the Cyclones on defense, they lead that team in tackles. A lot of teams we've seen this year, the defensive backs, the strong safeties and the weak safeties are leading the team in tackles. But this Cyclone front is playing pretty well, and it's set up so the linebackers can make plays, and they'll have to do a lot of that tonight against these 2 running backs, Purify and Brown.
You see Word coming out as they shuffle in here with the 3rd and 5. On the rollout this time. Brings it back and incomplete as Atif Austin there to blanket the receiver.
Yeah, Donahoe's trying to pull it in there, but the ball's going to be short. Austin's got the coverage there. Donahoe just works inside, and he has enough ground for the first down. And take a look here as Robert Hodge throws it down, and as he make the grab, it goes underneath there, and he catches it with his body. It's on the ground, and it's completely out. Good camera work there, fellas.
Yeah, great job. Our crew's been fantastic all fall. Here is Mark Mariscal he is, as Gary mentioned, the #2 punter in the nation in net punting. He's #1 in just pure average at 48.7 out of Tallahassee, Florida. We'll try to pin this one inside the 20, and the fair catch, and it is taken at the 10-yard line, so he did his job as Miller makes the fair catch, and Iowa State will operate at the 11-yard line. Just the 30-yard punt, so it's misleading. He doesn't get the numbers, but he does his job.
That's exactly what you need to do. He's a weapon, Bill.
Coming up Sunday, the Undisputed Champion of pregame shows, JB, Terry Howley, and Jimmy kick off the week of NFL play. This week, they look at the incredible combination of Jeff Garcia and Terrell Owens in San Francisco. Plus, Terry Bradshaw names his top 10 young quarterbacks. Fox NFL Sunday returns this week only on Fox. Speaking of quarterbacks, we've got a new breed of quarterbacks, and Wallace and Brad Smith, Reggie McNeil at A&M are kind of the prototypes of that. Let's see what he does here on 1st and 10 from the 11. Completes it across the middle to Danielson for a first down. He is out of bounds near the 27-yard line. Lane Danielson, a junior from Dike, Iowa.
You know how hard this is to do? Roll to your left, you're a right-handed throwing quarterback, and throw back across your body to a receiver coming across the field. Seneca Wallace has done this for the past couple of years, and he really impresses everyone who sees him play the quarterback position. We talked to Steve Rickey, their offense coordinator, and we asked him, say, Steve, does he just make plays that you sit there and you put the clicker back and forth and you're in awe? And he says, every single day.
Yeah, he goes, practice. We find ourselves looking around going, where'd that come from? 1st and 10. Play action. Wallace. Incomplete. Intended for Woodley, Joe Woodley, the junior fullback who also plays some on defense. Clyde Sorrell makes the tackle. Woodley, a real throwback, as a junior from West Des Moines, wanted to play, just get more on the field, help this football team. Went to the coaches and said, hey, I'd go both sides.
No doubt about it. Hey, he realizes this offense is primarily a one-back football team with Seneca Wallace as actually the second back in there running the football. And Joe Woodley want to play, so we might see him somewhat at the linebacker spot tonight.
You got 17 tackles on the defensive side. Yeah, we spent a couple days with the offense and a couple of days in practice with the defense. 2nd and 10 at the 27. Blitz coming for the Bucks. Wallace got it off in time, though, and completes it out to the 34-yard line. Danielson again. Donald Strickland makes the tackle. And let's go down to Zach Klein on the field.
Bill, thank you very much. Some dejection on the faces of the Colorado Buffaloes here on the sidelines. The fans very quiet after Iowa State and Seneca Wallace went in to take the lead, but the crowd trying to root them back on and get the defense pumped up, get the ball back over to Chris Brown in the offense.
Yeah, Gary Barnett knew that Iowa State would come in here prepared. Dan McCarney said, I will be shocked if we don't play well. Our team has reacted well to tough situations. The fans may have thought it was going to be easy. Not the case. Wallace completes this one to knock the big tight end, and he has the first down, or it would appear, where they spot the football around the 38-yard line. Clyde Sorrell made the tackle on the 3rd and 3 situation.
We've seen 3 passes here. The last 3 have gone to 3 different types of receivers. One to a wide receiver, one to their fullback Woodley, and now to the tight end. And good job that time of spreading it around. If you keep the defense off balance, you'll have a chance to be productive, and Seneca Wallace is moving the chains.
4:39 to go, first quarter. Second possession for the Cyclones. Each scored on their first possession. Colorado with a field goal. Iowa State a Wagner TD. 1st and 10 at the 38. Wagner scampers to the 45-yard line. Huge hole was opened up by that line with Butler and Montgomery and Menard in the center. Strickland and Billingsley make the stop, and there's Wagner's work this season.
Well, Zach Butler, take a look here. He's going to block back here and do a good job and open things up here. The Cyclone offense, the left guard's going to cut there, and Wagner does a nice job cutting back across the grain here as all the offensive linemen are getting some pancakes there and doing a good job up front.
2nd and 3, the ball on the 45. Wagner again. Nothing doing this time. No gain on the play. Wilder and Sorrell. Sam Wilder, who's a sophomore from Dallas, and Sorrell, the junior from Aurora, Colorado, the suburb of here, nearby Denver.
Clyde Sorrell has moved down close to the line of scrimmage, almost a linebacker type for this Buffalo defense. Does a good job in there. He's a good tackler. Around the football a lot. You'll see Clyde Sorrell a lot here around this football field.
Let's see what Seneca Wallace and the Cyclones come up with on a 3rd and 3 at the 45. Whitford and Danielson wide left. Young to the bottom of your screen. On the shotgun, scrambling, and throws it away. Good pressure by the Colorado defense. Wilder was in his face. And let's go back to Zach Klein here.
All right, Bill, the lights on the press box, the northwest side of the lights went out. It's dark in the northwest corner of the end zone. That's why I see Coach McCartney talking to the officials right now. As the lights have gone out, they shut out the lights here on the northwest corner of the press box.
Well, what's happened is these are temporary lights. Right. They bring them in for night games here, and they actually have generators outside.
We'll shut the game down until we try to fix
it. They have generators outside, Bill. They actually hang wires and these whole lights that you see around the stadium. There's 4 of them here, 2 on the far side and 2 here on the press box side, and the bank on this side obviously not working.
Yeah, and the Musco company that has done this for many, many years and provides, I think, almost exclusively for college football around the country. And you basically, well, you don't know the difference. I mean, what we were chuckling about before the game, if you've ever been to the game where they brought them in, they have 4 trucks with a pole on each truck, and it's only 4 standards that go up, and it provides more than enough light. This one goes out. Now, there'll be some sitting here going, hey, this is still better than most of the high school games that you might see, but they're going to certainly take a look here before they continue on and hopefully fix it right away.
Well, the lights here, you can see them all coming down on the field and just creating some shadows on the field, and obviously not trying to get not get any of these players hurt. They want to be able to see out there, and I think it's a pretty good job of officiating this football game. Don't do anything unnecessarily. See here, you see the shadows coming.
Continue
and,
with the lights that we have. It's fair to both teams. 4th down.
They're going to play. There's enough light to play out there, he says, so let's go.
Yeah, I was going to just mention, there's high school kids going here, hey, what's wrong with this? So they decide to continue ahead, and that will be 4th and 3. Bloom is deep for the punt return, and Bloom this year averaging 15 plus on his returns, 3rd best in the league. First time he touched it, he took it for the touchdown against Colorado State. We saw him earlier tonight as they try to work him more into the lineup. And punt by Blankenship, and it's taken at the 15-yard line after Troy Blankenship's punt of 40 yards. Our Big 12 Dr. Pepper Player of the Week, Reggie McNeil, for leading A&M to the big victory over Oklahoma last week. He threw 8 passes, or completed 8 passes for him for touchdowns. What a player.
He really is. He's an exceptional player. He's that type of quarterback like Seneca Wallace and Brad Smith, the dual threat quarterback. And that's kind of what college football is going towards. You're going to see a lot more of those guys come to the forefront college football leading offenses, and they're dynamic to watch.
Yeah, and obviously the Aggies missed him today, injured his ankle in the first quarter, and didn't return. And Missouri goes on the road to beat Texas A&M today in an overtime situation. What a wild game in College Station. And that leaves the Tigers, by the way, in contention to become bowl eligible as they get their 5th win, and they'll finish against Kansas State next week. Brown on the carry there, and Whitaker making the tackle. He picked up 4. It's 2nd down and 6 for Colorado. Whitaker, Maltoff High School out of East St. Louis, and Hodge. The ball on the 19. And again, Brown. It's kind of funny. You watch Colorado and you see that if they don't have success, it's all of a sudden like, what are we doing? Give the ball to Chris Brown 3, 4, 5 times. Let's kind of get back in sync here.
It's called bread and butter. Whatever brings you to the dance, go ahead and use it. Wear those shoes, because Chris Brown, he's a powerful running back inside. Just give it to the big guy and let him pound away. And he just kind of wears out defenses as the game goes on. He seems to get stronger. Defenses just say, hey, we can't hold up with this guy. And Chris Brown, over 200 yards a week ago, he's just a great running back there.
8 carries, 28 yards here so far tonight with 2 minutes to go in the first period. 7-3 Cyclones. Brown again, the carry. It spins and nearly breaks it. Watch out, Brown does break it out to the 45-yard line. What a run by Brown as Forrest made the tackle.
We talked about him breaking tackles. He certainly shows that he can do that here at 6'3", 220 pounds. The agility is what I'm impressed with on this run. He runs through the hole very well, and you're going to see Chris Brown look like he's going to be tackled, but he spins out of it very nicely there. You see the missed tackle. And watch the balance. Gets his hand down on the ground and cover up the football. Eric Bieniemy is coaching his tailbacks and running backs very well here. The running backs coach here for our Colorado, and Chris Brown, you take a look at his numbers. Just his average good start, Bill.
Yeah, Whitaker the missed tackle, and it keys a 21-yard run for Brown. Purify comes back in, nothing doing that time for the Colorado back as Billups was there to make the stop.
You know, we talked to John Sledany, the defensive coordinator for Iowa State. He said one of the things that they measure are yards after contact. And last week they only had 30 yards after contact, but now they need to lessen those. Chris Brown getting about 20, 25, it seemed like, after that play.
1 minute remaining here in the first period. Iowa State, the Wagner TD, Rome a field goal for Colorado. Buffalo's marching now, though, 2nd 11. Ball on the Colorado 44. Brown back in the game, the tailback. Cuts it back. Chris Brown, watch out! Brown to the 40, still rolling, and Brown down to the 35-yard line. Jeremy Lloyd makes the tackle. 22 yards this time. He's always out to improve. He had 21 on the last one.
Well, this is an audible by Robert Hodge. He comes at line of scrimmage and reads it. Chris Brown's going to see the hole here and then cut right back. Doing a good job here and watching, making people miss at the line of scrimmage. And Chris Brown, a big, powerful back, just continues to work. And good production there for his offense.
Chris Brown, 10 carries, 71 yards now. Purify back in, and Purify like a bolt of lightning. He strikes to inside the 15-yard line. Austin and Forrest make the tackle, and Purify picks up 22. So they go 21, 22, and 22, 3 carries.
So Bobby Purify starts at the 34-yard line, isn't even touched until he gets down inside the 15. Excellent job of blocking the point of attack. Watch here as he runs through the hole. Look how wide that is, and no one's even going to touch him until he gets down inside the 15 here. Good job here, just Atif Austin just making a play there, trying to hold and hang on to him and wait for the cavalry to pull him down.
That ends the first quarter. What a wild one it has been here in Boulder. Score 7-3 Iowa State. You're watching the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week on Fox Sports Net as Wallace and the Cyclones have a first quarter lead.
Star Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may pull a grilled steak switch out.
So you like carne asada steak?
Yeah.
Great. I've got some out on the grill.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
We're ACC Hoops crazy all next week. Can the Terps defend their title? Is Duke tough enough? Do the Tar Heels have the right talent to rebound from last year? So many questions, but we've got all the answers. ACC Hoops on your Southern Sports Report all next week.
The best damn sports show, period. Hollywood's biggest stars, sports' greatest athletes, and the sexiest babes. Weeknights at 8 and 11.
Welcome back to Boulder. Bill Land, Gary Reasons with you, Big 12 football. Well, we said the stars are out. Boy, are they. Wallace and Brown are the show.
They have not disappointed anyone in this football game. Come out here and watch a couple of guys play and run. Seneca Wallace starts it off with a 48-yard run on their first touchdown drive, driving it down there, doing a great job. And now Chris Brown, hey, the Buffaloes are on the attack. Chris Brown just banging away now. 70-plus yards here in the first quarter. That young man leads this offensive attack. And I'll tell you, the Cyclone defense has to find a way to shore it up, or Chris Brown might go for 200-plus here again tonight.
First and 10 to start the second quarter. Ball at the 12-yard line. Brown the ball carrier. And wrapped up inside the 10-yard line, inside the 9 in fact. And it'll be second down coming up as Chris Whitaker made the tackle.
Cyclones could win a moral victory here, if nothing else, Bill. If they just stop them here and force them to kick a field goal, they'll still retain the lead in the football game. So these are tougher yards when you get down here close, knocking on the doors for getting a touchdown. But Chris Brown, I tell you, he's shown that he can run the football, and he's got a good fullback in front of him, Brandon Drum, who's an excellent blocker.
2nd and 7. Fumble. Brown quickly pounced all over it, though, before the Iowa State defender could make the play. That was Cluas, Harold Cluas, number 16, who was closest to it.
Yeah, just a bad exchange here. You're looking at Hodge going to come around and hand the ball off to Chris Brown. Just doesn't get it in. When he gets in there, it goes right through. Chris Brown just doesn't squeeze it. Doing a good job getting lucky to pounce on top of it.
Colorado making a statement. 8 plays on this drive, all runs.
Well, they want to run it out this Cyclone defense. They know they can run the football. They don't want Robert Hodge to have to win this football game. Just take it, give it to their bread and butter man, Chris Brown.
3rd and 6. Ball on the 8. Iowa State show blitz. Hackett. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Wow, what a grab. DJ Hackett, his 2nd TD reception of the year. We mentioned all runs. That's Colorado, isn't it? Bang, they come back with the pass for the TD, and they regain the lead 9-7. Brome is on for the point after. A little bit of a high snap. No problem, though, as Brome hits the PAT. DJ Hackett puts the Buffs on top. It's 10-7 Colorado.
Someone asked me once if I had my shirt special made. I told them I got mine like everybody else at Tractor Supply. The Wrangler jeans, Carhartt coats and workwear, Walls coveralls, plus clothes for the whole family. There's just no place that fits my life better than Tractor Supply. It's even where I go to get socks.
Tractor Supply. For 1 acre or 1,000, we'll help you get the job done.
This holiday at your Yamaha dealer, every motorcycle and every ATV can be yours for 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments. Plus, get up to $300 in holiday cash on select models. So this holiday, give them what they really want.
Save today on your new Yamaha at Easy Living Yamaha in Rome. Recently, Comcast employees and local volunteers teamed up for the 2nd annual Comcast Cares Day. Over 100 volunteers spent their Saturday re-landscaping the community garden and painting interior walls for the Dunbar Neighborhood Center in downtown Atlanta. A special thanks to Ace Hardware on Howell Mill Road for donating this paint supplies, and at Dunkin' Donuts and Togo's on Ponce de Leon for donating breakfast and lunch. Comcast and these sponsors were proud to reinvest in the community and help support Mayor Shirley Franklin's citywide Weed and Seed initiative.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
17th ranked Colorado bounces back, leads at 10-7 as we start the second quarter, 13:39 remaining. Here's the TD from Hodge.
Robert Hodge. Yeah, Hackett does a good job coming inside, getting out in the corner, getting behind the cornerback. Hobbs is only 5'7", Hackett 6'3". Robert Hodge does a nice job throwing a good touch pass over the top, and Robert Hodge showing, hey, I can compete here. I can do a good job for this offense. We don't have to run it all the time. Just take the 5-yard little touchdown pass. DJ Hackett doing a good job pulling it in.
Yeah, Hackett, a transfer from Cal State Northridge, a drop football, had 55 grabs there last year, and he gets his 2nd TD reception. Hodge's 10th TD pass, and now it is Colorado with a lead again, and Mariscal to boot it on. Rutland at the 10. And crashing through to make the stop. Rutland almost got blindsided on the play as he was trying to find a crease, and Eric Killian makes the stop. College Football Saturday presented by Kyocera returns to Fox Sports next Saturday. Pac-10 showdown. Washington takes on Washington State. 3rd-rate Huskies And they go against the Cougs in the Apple Cup, third-ranked Washington State, I should say, and a trip to the Rose Bowl on the line for Washington State. Coverage begins next Saturday. College Football Saturday Kickoff Show, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net. First and 10, ball on the 15-yard line for Iowa State. Wallace out of the shotgun. 20, and slides then about the 23, 24-yard line as Moore makes the tackle. Wallace just 5'10", 195, Gary, but you don't get a very good hit on him very often.
Well, lightning quick feet. He's got good body control, and we talked to Vince O'Cru, their defense coordinator here for Colorado. They said, hey, we're going to treat him as a second back in the backfield, primarily a one-back offense, but they're going to key off of him as a running back when he's back there in that shotgun position. Hopefully they'll be able to contain him and bring him down, but that was a good run. First and 10, getting 9 yards.
He and Wagner 7 touchdowns each. Wagner gets the call here on the 2nd and 1 and should move the chains. Let's go to Zach Klein.
Thank you, Bill. As you guessed, it was a generator problem. Let there be light. There were 2 generators as backups. They are on backup generator number 1. We are in full-fledged light. Everything is a go. But hey, they got one more problem with the lights. They only have one more backup generator. So right now things are okay.
Zach, I'm just staying away from you. The first game we had Zach around us, we had a power outage of a rain stop and thunderstorm in Oklahoma. We had unbelievable weather at Oklahoma State. We come out here and he shuts down portable lights. Scary, this guy. Here's Wallace. Speaking of scary, he's in trouble. And he's sacked. He lost the football. Colorado recovers at the 12-yard line. Llewellyn comes up with the fumble recovery. DeAndre Llewellyn, the junior from Houston.
Great pressure that time by the Buffalo defense. Getting in the backfield and putting pressure on Seneca Wallace. Seneca's going to try to make some room here for himself. He's got pressure in front of his face. But I tell you, excellent job of getting around the ball, go to the football, get into his face. Seneca Wallace going to have a cause fumble. He's going to try to retreat here and take a look at Strickland. Going to knock the ball out and take a look at Llewellyn, number 94. Does a good job of coming down with a fumble recovery. Look at number 4, Strickland from the cornerback spot coming in there. And they're bringing a house here on this quarterback. They're going to make him commit to throwing the football.
First big break of the game goes to Colorado. Iowa State had 6 turnovers last week in the loss to Kansas State. First and 10 at the 11. Brown tried to go to the sideline, and they stretched with him. Word makes the tackle. Maybe a loss on the play of a yard. Nicely done that time by the Cyclones, and certainly they'd be happy here if they could keep Colorado at a field goal attempt.
They're not happy on defense because they think that Quinn Sipniewski, the big tight end, was holding the outside linebacker that time, and was Jeremy Lloyd on the outside, number 41, and he felt like he was held and did a takedown. I might have to agree with him on that. The officials didn't see that one.
Colorado, 2nd and 12, the ball on the 13. Brown cuts it back hard, hit hard at the 8-yard line. Third down coming up, Smith the tackle.
Well, when you can block up front very well with your center and your right guard doing a good job, but watch him block back here and just create a hole inside here for Chris Brown to cut back against. That's Wayne Lucier, number 78, doing a good job. And then the center, Gray, knocking some guys around, and Chris Brown does a good job reading the hole. I talked about him fitting well in the hole. That's an excellent job right there.
3rd and 7 now at the 8. McCoy goes wide left. Donahoe to the right. The 2 tight ends purify the back. Incomplete intended for McCoy. No flag is thrown. Hobbs was covering. Now Hobbs is the same man that Hackett beat.
Yeah, fool me once, not fool me twice that time. The same move that time. And take a look here. He's going to work inside and try to get back to the corner, but Hobbs says, hey, I know this route. I'm going to get back in my zone area, and then actually get a little contact there. Going to set up a field goal, though, Bill.
Broome hit the 43-yarder to start the first possession, or conclude the first possession of Colorado. Sets up here at the 15. It's a 25-yarder, and it hits the post. And Colorado, a golden opportunity, and Gary Barnett's expression tells you all you need to know. Oh, my.
Well, it hit up way high on top of the post, Bill, on the right side, and he's got the flag waving on the post, but it just couldn't curl around and go in.
Patrick Brome, the senior from Wheat Ridge, Colorado, who nailed that first one. Let's see what happened here.
He's got a good approach to it. Kicks it and goes straight up. And take a look as it hits almost the top of the post. Wow. Hits the flag. How did you do that?
Well, Iowa State's got to say, hey, maybe that's our break now. We've literally laid one out there for them and gave them an opportunity. They're going to be happy to say that they only got 3, and instead they get the ball back, 1st and 10 on the 20. No harm. Wallace hands this one off. Thompson's first carry of the night, and he gets a first down. Scampers across the 30-yard line out to the 33.
Well, good job this time. Going to watch the guard come around and seal block here. They're just going to roll it inside, and the offense does a good job executing that time. The Cyclones, these running backs, they run back by committee, Bill. They've got 2 or 3 backs that they'll put in this football game, and we'll see them all tonight. Wagner, you just talked about Brian Thompson, who's there on that play, and we'll also see Rutland at the tailback spot as well.
He had 2 of his 3 touchdowns against Kansas this year when he carried for 92 yards. Here he is again. Thompson. He's 5'7", 187, so a little scat back type. Wagner, 5'7", 188. So you see more of that as you look at the committee and how they've done.
Yeah, but for the tailbacks, they average 30 carries a game here in this, for this football team, and this is the production that you get from each of these guys combined. That's pretty good production, over 100 yards from the tailback. When you add in there Seneca Wallace and what he does running the football, that's a pretty impressive running game.
Well, you know Dan McCarney, as much as he loves Wallace, he loves to have those backs. Ennis Haywood, of course, who's in Dallas with the Cowboys practice squad, and the Davises before that. So they've always had great backs with Dan McCarney at Iowa State. Whitford makes the reception here on the sliding grab, and that will move the chains. First down at the 45 of Colorado. And a big play again for Iowa State.
Look at Seneca Wallace when he throws. His demeanor on the football field, I tell you, it is one of pure confidence. I don't see anybody out there who I've seen this year, Bill, with more confidence than Seneca Wallace plays with every single down. He is in control out there on the football field, and every time he has the ball in his hands, he thinks he can make a football play.
First and 10 at the 45. Wallace going against the grain and incomplete, just off the hands of the intended receiver Whitford, as Jackson was covering him.
Well, Brian Thompson's going to try to block for him, the tailback, but he overruns the block, and Sorrell's going to put pressure on Wallace on the outside. He's got that throwback across his body again, and that time he just outruns the defense. Take a look at the block. He falls down, and Wallace zips it. Look at the tight spiral. Look at how well he throws that ball, and right there, and almost a catch by Whitford.
Wallace, he's 6 of 10 for his 57 yards in the air, 42 on the ground. Now remember, he had the 48-yarder that set up the touchdown. 2nd and 10 at the 45. Danielson on the end around. Nice fake by Danielson, and then tackle from behind, but he leads for the first down. Danielson to the 44 of the Buffaloes, where Marquise Harris made the tackle.
Well, they go with an unbalanced formation here, and they bring Danielson around. It's going to be a reverse. See the unbalance, their line here, and then he's going to come back this way, and take a look at how Seneca Wallace pitches it to him. It's a down-the-line option. Look, they run this play, and here's the pitch off of it. Look at what he's got to go to here. Watch him freeze this guy and cut back inside. Do a good job there. Defense making people miss, and then a little strength after the tackle.
He scored 2 touchdowns on the ground this year. That's his 11th run. They come right back to Thompson. They try to tackle him high, and when you're 5'7", good luck. You're going to come up with error or helmet. Sam Wilder made the stop, but Thompson did some nifty work just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and they're actually going to give him 2 yards.
Kind of a strong run that time. A lot of work, not getting a whole lot out of it, but a lot of different weapons for this Iowa State offense, Bill. We talked about throwing the ball to the fullback, to the wide receivers, to the tight end, get the running backs involved in the game. A little different personnel grouping in here now. It's the first time we're seeing 3 wide receivers and 2 backs in the game.
Yeah, to the near side, it is Danielson and Whitford. Whitford, the front man there. Wallace got time, sets, fires, got a man. It is Young. Oh, my goodness. Young Young had TD, and Wallace lets you know.
Wow, this is a ball that really needs to be caught. There's no doubt about it. Seneca Wallace puts it right on the money, Bill, to Lance Young, and Lance Young looks like, to me, he may not have even seen the football. I don't know if the lighting is bad for him, but you can take a look here. He's coming across the field, and he is wide open. No one in his vision there, and he just doesn't adjust to the ball.
This play was set up so well.
Well, it's a play that takes a long time to develop because you roll your quarterback, and the receiver actually comes from the backside, and there's a big void in the back of that defense, and Young was in there.
Well, Colorado banged a field goal attempt off the post. Iowa State misses a touchdown opportunity there. It's 3rd and 8. Wallace under pressure, got it batted away, and nearly caught his own as Ninehouse is the one that got a hand on it. Gabe Ninehouse, the 6'4", 260-pound junior from St. Charles, Illinois, out of the suburbs of Chicago.
He's had 3 sacks on the year. Ninehouse has, and does a good job getting back in front of Seneca Wallace trying to make a play. Not going to get the sack on this one, but knocks the ball down nicely. Seneca Wallace trying to, hey, I'm going to get the rebound, trying to make a play with it again, but doesn't come up with it.
So Iowa State will have to punt it away. And here is Blankenship. Troy, averaging 38, had 251-yarders against Kansas State last week. Blankenship. McCoy, the deep man, lets it go, and Iowa State downs it inside the 2-yard line. Great punt, great coverage by the Cyclones, and we'll take a break with Iowa State trailing 10-7.
Rockstar Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may exhibit carne asada bravado.
Carne asada steak tacos, ladies?
Yeah.
It's an old family recipe.
Really? Yeah.
I did. I made it myself.
I thought he was Irish.
He's on a roll.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
At Advance Auto Parts, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
We had Florence here check out the prices of our competitors versus ours. Do you have the results? But first, Florence, would you ever lie to millions of Americans who really want to believe that someone on TV is capable of telling the truth?
Never.
Go.
Advance is still the queen of low prices.
Queen, Florence?
As long as I'm here.
Queen's fine.
The Dr. Pepper Big 12 Football Game of the Week on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. And by Corona Extra. Relax and enjoy an ice-cold Corona Extra. Young saying, oh, I had that.
Hit him in the back of the head. He had it all right. Seneca Wallace put it right where he needed to, and we'll have another opportunity tonight.
And you know that his teammate, Jamal Montgomery, is telling him, hey, forget about that one, man. That is history now. And now it's Colorado's situation.
Yeah, at their own 1-yard line. Contrast here of what they did last time out there on the field.
Colorado has had 3 scoring drives over 90 yards this year, though. Well, they got the challenge here. Iowa State swarming to the football on a 1st and 10.
Well, that's a big pile up inside there. You get the big running back coming in there, and everyone gangs up offense, defensive line, and Chris Brown just trying to bang it out of there. Be smart with the football. He had the 1 fumble early in the game. Lucky to get back on top of it. You don't want to fumble in this situation.
McCoy in with the play. 2nd down at 8. Ball on the 3-yard line. McCoy comes to the near side. Williams, the man in motion. Hodge from his own end zone. Firing deep, and it is incomplete. Looking for McCoy. Iowa State had it well covered, though, as Cluess and Forrest. And Gary, how do you take 4 guys 5'8" and shorter and not get caught in mismatch with big guys like McCoy?
Well, you just do that with athleticism. You think that your defensive backs can cover those guys. You have to be in position to make plays and then jump up. You have to time the ball very well. And Forrest almost makes a play here coming from the free safety spot across the field, almost an interception. See, Robert Hodge has a good, strong arm, though, throwing it down. It's a one-receiver route, though, trying to get a big play out of your own end zone.
Iowa State coaches say, hey, everybody wonders that, but we get enough pressure from our people up front, and our guys stick to them like glue. Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 8, Purify the back. Hodge rolls out to throw this time and completes it. Hackett very close to the first down. Now he's going to be a little short, I believe, just across the 10, and Austin making the tackle. Had to get to the 11.
A little different here. They started back here at their own 1-yard line on this drive, Bill. Last time at the fumble recovery. A little different thing to start out with. Good job that time by the Cyclones. Take a look at where they've started here. Their 1-yard line and on the 11-yard line. Average first 3 drives are on 18-yard line. So it's been tough going here for Colorado.
Miller deep to return on the punt. Mariscal will boom this one. Miller from the 34. Miller, watch out here. Is Miller. Oh, mama, he is hammered at the 50. Miller looked like he was well on his way, and Dawn makes the stop here. Wow.
Hey, settle down. Now, don't worry. If Keyshawn Johnson said he'll be here, he'll be here.
We'd like to welcome in a guy who always finds time to be on the show, Keyshawn Johnson.
Could it be more shocking than Bart failing 3rd grade? Repeating it with Lisa.
Your mother and I are very proud, sad, and confused by what's happened to you.
The Simpsons, followed by King of the Hill. Then Malcolm's Family Reunion.
Oh, my God!
Is going to be a riot.
It all starts Sunday at 7 on Fox 5. Watch the profiles. Call the hotline. Help crack a cold case. Georgia's most wanted. Bad news for criminals. Tonight at 10 on Fox 5 News.
This holiday at your Yamaha dealer, every motorcycle and every ATV can be yours for 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments. Plus, get up to $300 in holiday cash on select models. So this holiday, give them what they really want.
Save today on your new Yamaha at Easy Living Yamaha in Rome.
Fox.
Colorado clings to a 10-7 lead here in Boulder. 7:06 to go, 2nd quarter. Coming up tomorrow night on Fox Sports Net, it's the IBC World Cruiserweight Championship. 4-time world champ Virgil Hill will meet Joey DeGrandis in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Hill's record 47-4, 24 knockouts. DeGrandis 30-6 with 13 KOs. Hills from North Dakota expect a large and noisy crowd. That's tomorrow night, 6 o'clock local time, right here on Fox Sports Net. Iowa State great field position following the punt. 1st and 10 from the 50. Wallace wants it right here. Coming back to Young. Got him. Touchdown Cyclones. Oh, my goodness.
I told you he'd have another chance to redeem himself. He does on that play. Seneca Wallace throws a strike to this young man who gets behind the Colorado defense once again.
Well, Montgomery said you'll get another shot. That's history. Young says thank you very much.
Yeah, you want to redeem yourself, and that's the way to do it. Go out there the next play, and it's all set up by the field position. The punt going down to the 1-yard line. The Cyclone defense responded, stopping them and forcing the punting situation. Just takes 1 down to score for Wallace down to Young.
Young, the 50-yard reception for the TD. His previous best was 49 and his 6th touchdown of the year. And here's Beneke for the point after. It is good. And the Cyclones, guess what? Take the lead again. 14-10 Iowa State. Stay with us.
1 in 4 women experiences hereditary hair thinning.
Women blame it on hormones, diet, or stress.
50 million men suffer from hereditary hair loss.
Men blame it on their age.
their dads.
Although hereditary hair loss affects men and women differently, something works for both. Rogaine. The sooner you start using Rogaine, the better your chances of success. And it's never been easier. Call now to get your free Rogaine Results Kit for men or women. Rogaine has been proven to regrow hair in over 40 clinical studies, and it's FDA approved. So call today for your free Rogaine Results Kit with a free month supply of Rogaine, a helpful guide, and a coupon for even more Rogaine savings. Nothing without a prescription has been proven to regrow hair better, and Rogaine offers you support and the facts you need every step of the way. Rogaine works. The sooner, the better. Call now for your free kit.
Lance Young, a whole lot happier than the last time we showed him with his helmet off as Colorado takes the kickoff this time. Snead about the 5-yard line. And he is hit just shy of the 20. One more look. Wallace to Young, 50 yards in the score.
Seneca Wallace just shows that he's got a very, very powerful arm and a very accurate thrower. He sets nicely and throws the ball to Young, who actually gets behind Phil Jackson in the Buffalo defense. And excellent job with the speed in the slot. He's down here low. He's going to get down in behind the defense. Just got the 2 combo routes there, and he gets behind Jackson. Very nicely done, and redemption, Bill.
Redshirted at Wisconsin back in '99. Coffeyville Junior College, and then on to ISU. Incompletion by Hodge here on 1st and 10 as he tries to find Bo Williams. And
we haven't talked about Jordan Karstens, but he makes a play here. Number 92, the big defensive tackle. He's a returning, best defensive player. He's a co-captain, and the big guy's a junior. He's a 1999 walk-on, Jordan Karstens, but does a great job up front there. And one game this year, he had 17 tackles at the Oklahoma game. He's can be a force up front.
You got Iowa State averaging 31 points, Colorado 29, and the offenses are playing big tonight. 14-10 Cyclones in this seesaw affair. And Brown upended shy of the 25-yard line. Chris Brown as Timmons, Mark Timmons, a junior from Bradenton, Florida, makes the tackle.
Well, that's how you have to tackle that guy. Get in there and wrap up his legs, and Mark Timmons showing, hey, I'm only 5'8", 168 pounds, but I'll go take on that 220-pound tailback.
Brown, 16 carries for 85 yards as Timmons made the stop, and Purify will replace Brown here. Monte comes out wide to the right side. Hackett inside him. Hodge running, setting up the screen, and it is complete, and Purify across the 30. He has the first down. Bobby Purify, where Jeremy Lloyd makes the tackle, and there you see the versatility this Colorado offense has when you can bring Purify in.
Well, there's no doubt about it. You bring Bobby Purify in, get him a little screen pass outside, and Robert Hodge says, hey, I'm going to look across here, but I've got my man Purify to the right side, and he just makes somebody miss here. A missed tackle on defense. Good job that time making him fly by, and Bobby Purify gets the first down.
Anthony Forrest there making the stop for Iowa State. It is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. So Colorado finally gets backed out of its, gets moved out of its own end a little bit here. Williams, the man in motion. Brown, left side dive to the 34-yard line. Chris Brown on the carry. 5:22 to go first half. 14-10 Iowa State. Been trading off here. Both teams have had great opportunities and been stopped one way or another. Yet you had the missed pass by Young. He gets a second chance, takes it 50 yards. You had Colorado that got the fumble, and then 1st and goal from around the 11, and they end up missing a field goal attempt that goes off the post. And now they're trying to work it back. 2nd and 5. Brown, first down across the 40-yard line. What a burst this guy has.
Well, Chris Brown, he just runs between the tackles very well. You take a look at what Colorado did last year. This is last year's complete games. All the rushing yardage here and then the passing yardage. Hey, they're running it more this year and passing not near as much. Take a look at those totals, but this is through 9 games. Still got a couple games to go. This thing could get up here pretty high on the rushing side if Chris Brown keeps having big days.
As a team, Colorado averaging 242 yards a game on the ground, that is third in the Big 12, ninth in the country. Purify stays in first to 10, or it comes in for Brown, and the pass complete to Williams. Williams is brought down near the 48-yard line. Bo getting his 9th reception of the year. Harold Cluas makes the tackle, junior from Missouri City, Texas.
Well, when you run the power play inside of your big tailback, this play works very well. It's a naked bootleg. You see this time and time again from Colorado on their offense, and Robert Hodge. Hey, the defense has to commit down inside for those big guys running the football. You can have an open corner, does a nice job delivering to his fullback.
Bloom comes in the game, wide to the right side, now in motion behind the quarterback on 2nd and 4, and Bloom with a handoff. Bloom, and got the first down before he scampers out of bounds. Well, every time we see Colorado, Gary, we keep going, when you guys can give this guy the ball more? And not that they're listening to us, but they've been trying to find ways to get him more involved.
They realize that Jeremy Bloom is one of those special players who's just he's a game player. He's explosive. Want to get the ball in his hands in the punt return game, perhaps passing the ball to him here in a run play. You see the quick feet he has. Watch how he sets up blocks. He does a good job of reading the blocks and getting the first down for the Buffaloes, running through the holes there, and nicely done.
Gary Barnett also trying to figure out how to juggle his world skiing schedule, as the Olympian is going back on the ski circuit this year. Brown picks up 10. Yep, move those chains. Mark Timmons with the tackle.
We talked about the Cyclones linebackers being the leading tacklers on this team. I'm not sure the safety's going to be real happy in this game having to make these tackles on this tailback here. Mark Timmons, number 18, is going to come into the picture late and make another low tackle. Just try to wrap up Chris Brown. The offensive line of Colorado could be taken over.
Brown, 19 carries over the 100-yard mark. 107, 8 straight games now for the nation's leading rusher to go 100-plus. Last week, 211 and 3 scores against Missouri. 2nd and 1, officially 9 on that carry. That means go deep. What a grab! And it is complete at the 5-yard line. DJ Hackett.
Bill, I'm going to guess that DJ Hackett has about a 35 or a 40-inch vertical jump with the way he jumps on this play to make this grab. And he's also got some hang time, too. The official talking to him after the play of being a little overexcited there, and don't taunt. Just gave him a little warning, but you see Hodge throwing the football. He says, I know I got this one. Look at this guy jump. Look at how high he gets up in the air. That's an excellent play. He is way up there.
Hey, you go up that high, you ought to be able to celebrate a little bit. First and goal from the 5. The Bucks want to regain the lead. Brown standing up. Touchdown, Chris Brown. .245 to go in the half. Colorado the lead, 16-14. Brown is 18th rushing TD.
Chris Brown just bangs it through inside. The offensive line does a great job of opening up a hole for Chris Brown. A little extracurricular activity on the field, going to hold up the extra point try here.
Some idiot has come out of the stands to try to become the show, and they will take care of him. And no, we're not going to show him, all right? And after what has happened in college football, Gary, recently, and in the Canadian League, and some things we've seen, well, they'll only urge fans to stay off the field, particularly during the game. But, I mean, the game is about the players.
Exactly. The game is the game, and people come to the games and cheer their teams on. They don't need to be on the field, and it's a safety issue more than anything.
The point after coming up here for Brome to try to make it 17-14. Good snap, and the kick is good. So the Buffaloes answer 17-14 on the PAT, and Chris Brown with the touchdown to put them ahead. And let's set it up first of all with a pass to Hackett.
Well, Hodge does a good job delivering the ball. A little play action here. You have to take care of everybody inside, but Hodge throws a strike outside. Look at the leaping ability here. I'll tell you, DJ Hackett makes a nice grab that time. Jumping up very nicely, and then the blocking up front here. Nobody actually touches Chris Brown going into the end zone. That's way too easy.
And with 2:45 to go, 17-14, it is Colorado. 81 yards, 10 plays, 413, and the Buffaloes roll in again. Don't miss the NFL show that is coming up tonight. Michael Irvin, Tony Siragusa, and comedian Tommy Davidson are joined by actor, rapper, and Raiders fan Ice Cube. Plus, Tommy visits Goose Old Stomping Grounds in Baltimore. So start your NFL weekend the night before the kickoff with the NFL show presented by the U.S. Postal Service. That's after the game, only on Fox Sports Net.
Well, Robert Hodge showing that he can throw the football tonight, Bill. A couple of passes, a couple of good ones, one in the end zone for the score, and then that one to DJ Hackett.
Rutland and Wagner are deep. Mariscal to boot it away. Line drive. And bouncing out of the end zone, and Iowa State have it 1st and 10 on the 20. And let's go down now to Zach Klein with more on our halftime.
Thank you, Bill. Coming up in about 2 minutes, and your Sonic halftime report will send over to Bill Jones and the Fox Sports Net studio. He will get us caught up on all the day's activities, including the games that were not on television. A great game in College Station. Texas A&M taking on Mizzou in overtime. Plus, we'll also check in on the Oklahoma Sooners. They were battling the Baylor Bears. All coming your way in 2 minutes on the Sonic halftime report.
Thank you, Zach. Chris Brown relaxes as
it's kind of the day at the office for him.
Well, I'll tell you, the offense is running the show. Here's Wallace, who the last time he touched the ball, threw it 50 yards for a score. 1st and 10 from the 20. Runs it this time. Wallace got a nice screen by the ref. 35-40. Wallace across the 45-yard line, and Clyde Sorrell makes the tackle.
But if you're the referee, where are you going to go? Well, right. The umpire's back there, and he has to do his job. And Seneca Wallace is showing, hey, I can make a play with my feet. You have to account for me as a running back. You see the one back here, and here's Seneca Wallace. There's 2 backs. You want to key on both of them. This is a quarterback draw all the way. Good job by Seneca picking it through there and just running away from the Buff defense. 27-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at the 46 of ISU. They aren't hesitating. Whitmer, the grab at the 50. Yeah, a little up-tempo here. They're going to go up there, get up the line of scrimmage. They've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Seneca Wallace, not recruited as a quarterback when he originally signed with Oregon State. Just an incredible story, and out of the junior college ranks from California. And what a job he's done for the Cyclones. Ruled as a completion. It'll be a loss on the play.
Michael Wagner makes a one-handed grab over the top there. Seneca Wallace tosses it out to him, and they're going to take a timeout here.
Timeout, Iowa State to talk it over. 1:52 to go, and a 3rd down and 11 coming up, and they don't get it. It goes back to Colorado. ACC Sunday Night Hoops returns to Fox Sports Net. Begins on December 1st. The Temple Owls and veteran coach John Chaney will take on Wake Forest and the Demon Deacons in a showdown between perennial powers. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tips off. That's December 1st right here on Fox Sports Net. Wallace, 106 on the airways, 68 on the ground. 174 yards of total offense. His passing yardage over 4,800 in his career at Iowa State. He came in 3rd in the career passing, 1st in total offense. Now with over 5,500 yards.
United Award finalist for the best quarterback in the country, and I believe his mark here on college football. You know, I just wonder what he would have put, what kind of numbers he would have put up if he'd had a full 4 years at Iowa State. He's phenomenal. Just 2 years here to putting up some tremendous numbers in those 2.
Well, the Cyclones have been building credibility, and then their close call against Florida State in the Robinson game in Kansas City got everybody's attention on not only them, but particularly Waltz. 3rd and 11 here. Let's see what he comes up with. Complete to Whitmer. 1st down, Iowa State at the 40 of Colorado. Jackson makes the tackle.
Well, this is a great route, and a great throw. Whitmer on the outside. We talked about the receiving core for the Cyclones. I think they're all very good, Bill. They're not excellent. There's not one guy out there that stands out as a superstar. But collectively, these guys make a lot of grabs, and Seneca Wallace delivers the ball very well.
Well, Coach McCartney told us last night, he goes, yeah, Seneca's got to play better. He had 3 INTs last week against K-State. He goes, we have to play better. He goes, our team played poorly. It's not just one man. 1st and 10. Wallace in trouble here, scampering. And again makes the best of a bad. A penalty is thrown, a flag is thrown as the whistle's blown at the 36-yard line. Brayton and Harris make the tackle.
Yeah, late contact there by the defense coming in on top of Seneca Wallace. Probably going to have a penalty against the defense.
There you go, face mask, and that's the first penalty tonight, either team. Iowa State.
Face mask defense, 15 yards, first down.
Iowa State last week had 12 penalties, and they had been the least penalized team in the conference coming in. It was just a nightmare in Manhattan last week for the Cyclones, but boy, they bounced back tonight.
Well, there was only 12 that were accepted. They actually had 17 in the game, Bill. You see the face mask there at the end on the tackle. Cyclones now knocking on the door of the 21-yard line.
With 1:28 and counting, 17-14 Colorado. They'll hold things up here as they get things set. Clock stops for the moment with 1:26 on it. And now another officials meeting. And nobody wants to miss the party, that's for sure.
On the clock. 1:36 on the field clock.
All right, they're going to put 10 seconds back on the clock to bump it to 1:36.
Got plenty of time here to operate. You got your whole offensive weapons, you know, you can use, and got the timeout left. Plenty of time to run things. You don't have to pull it in close to the vest and just try to throw the ball outside. Use the entire field.
How quick the game could change. They had 3rd and 11, and Colorado's thinking, hey, if they don't get it here, we may want to call a timeout, so we get a last-minute chance. They complete that pass, you get the penalty, and next thing you know, Iowa State now says, all right, we can take our own sweet time here. And they're having problems with the play clock to try to get it reset here.
Well, they'll let it go here for a while. Otherwise, they'll keep it right on the field. They're going to try to get it fixed. The mechanical clock will put the quarterbacks look at it right through the goalpost on both sides, on both end lines.
1st and 10 on the 21-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Seneca Wallace, Wagner the back. Blitz coming. Wallace. Intercepted. Jackson brought it out. Scampers down the sideline. Stepped out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And Wallace wishes he had that one back. Bill Jackson's 2nd interception of the year.
Well, he throws it out there expecting his receiver to be there, but got tangled up with another defender, and Seneca Wallace throws it to a spot. Jackson does a nice job on the interception, but he needs to just kind of hold into the end zone. Don't need to bring this out. You can get out the 20-yard line very easily. You see the ball here. He's about 2 yards into the end zone. Maybe he doesn't understand the rule that the impetus that he goes back catching the football, he's allowed to stay in. He may think he has to bring it out. Nonetheless, good play by the Buffalo defense.
Yeah, you know he's jacked up, wanting to make something happen. Big crowd here tonight. Big 12 North title in their pocket if they get the victory. 1st and 10 at the 12. They'll run the football with 1:17 to go. Colorado, all 3 timeouts remaining.
I think they're just going to run the ball down there. They've got the lead here, no doubt about that, 17-14. It's not a bad thing to go into the intermission, you know, up by 3 points against this football team. See that Iowa State, hey, when things are clicking, they got a pretty good football team themselves.
Cyclones at 7-4, 4-3 in the league. The Buffaloes 7-3. They lost 2 of their first 3 to Colorado State and Southern Cal. Then have been on the roll. The only bump was down in Norman, where Oklahoma took advantage of 5 turnovers to beat them. And the run with 37 seconds to go, and Brown the ball carrier.
And Forrest again on the tackle. The safeties coming up making tackle after tackle here for the Cyclone defense on these tailbacks. And I tell you, that's a little out of character here for this defense. They like those linebackers to make those tackles, and I would expect John Skladany to try to shore things up here at halftime.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line, and the clock moving here as the Buffaloes think the final play. Williams in motion. They give it to Brown, and he goes into a horde of tacklers, and that will end the half as a great first half here. 17-14 Colorado, as it has gone back and forth throughout the first half. And Chris Brown, another great first half performance. Let's go down to Zach Klein.
All right, Coach, your offense scored a touchdown, get momentum. Your defense stuffs up, gets the interception. You happy with the way things are going in the first half, especially containing Seneca Wallace?
Well, I don't know if we've contained him. He's a heck of a football player. He makes plays all over the place. I think that, you know, our failure to take advantage of that fumble down there is disappointing, but so we got to come down and tighten up our defense. We gave him an easy one, and really 2 easy ones. We got to tighten it out. to figure out some things in the run game. We're not getting as much as we need to get in there.
Thanks. Good luck in the second half. It is 17-14 from Folsom Field in Colorado, and Bill Jones joins us next in your Sonic Halftime Report.
And welcome to the Sonic America's Drive-In Halftime Report. And what a day it has been around the Big 12 Conference. Some great matchups, one overtime game, and one game that will be talked about on the South Plains of West Texas and beyond for years to come. Let's start with that one at Jones Stadium in Lubbock. Fourth-ranked Texas Longhorns come in still with national championship hopes, taking on Cliff Kingsbury and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas with a 14-0 early lead. Chris Sims 17 yards to Roy Williams. But second quarter, Horns up 21-14. Senior quarterback Kingsbury in his final home game finds Nehemiah Glover for 62 yards. The longest play given up by the UT defense all year. We're tied 21 all at the half. Fourth quarter, Texas Tech leads 35-31. Chris Sims finds B.J. Johnson. This play covers 85 yards. With 9 minutes left in the game, Texas leads 38-35. But Texas Tech comes back. Kingsbury, who throws for 474 yards, finds freshman Tarian Henderson for 25 yards. Kingsbury ties a career high with 6 touchdown passes. Sims throws a late interception, and Texas Tech wins over Texas 42-38. Tech can win the Big 12 South if it wins at Oklahoma next week. Our first game of the day here on Fox Sports Net. It was Seniors Day in Manhattan, Kansas, as the Kansas State Wildcats literally run over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. El Roberson, the junior quarterback for Kansas State. Yes, the Wildcats are just flipping over him out of Baytown, Texas. Roberson will go 91 yards on this play, the longest run for Kansas State in some 48 years. The Wildcats build a 21-3 second quarter lead. Then after Nebraska closes the gap to 21-13 in the third quarter, more Roberson, his third touchdown of the day. He had 228 yards rushing on the day. His backfield mate Darren Sproles over 150 yards. And the final 49-13 as K-State runs for more than 400 yards against Nebraska today. We're just getting started on our trip around the Big 12 Conference. Overtime in College Station, Texas, and more when the Sonic America's Drive-In Halftime Report rolls on 17-14 at the half in Boulder.
Which of the nation's top 10 research universities is the fastest growing? Where are they pioneering medical advancements and revolutionizing healthcare?
Anything is possible here.
With 3 Nobel Prizes awarded in physics last year, this university received 2.
If you always question, if you always strive to be better than you are, you will achieve things you never thought possible.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
You ask me if there'll come a time when I grow tired of you. Never my love. Never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 Health Club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less.
Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web at BowflexUltimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may pull a grilled steak switch out.
So you like carne asada steak?
Yeah.
Great. I've got some out on the grill.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection for a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
Garcia and the Niners. Tomlinson and the Chargers. Fox NFL Sunday, this week on your local Fox station.
17-14, Colorado leads Iowa State at the half in Boulder, Colorado. The Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report continues now in College Station, Texas. Missouri and Texas A&M, 15 seconds left in the game on 4th down. Joe Weber for A&M ties the game at 24. Headed to overtime. Missouri's Mike Matheny, a 41-yard field goal, 27-24 Tigers. A&M in its overtime possession. Todd Pegram, 40 yards. It's good. 27 all, a second overtime. A&M, Dustin Long, replacing Reggie McNeil, who left with an injury, throws an interception. Missouri's Brandon Barnes picks him off. That puts Missouri in position. Brad Smith will get the game winner here. 33-27. Missouri, after losing the last 2 weeks to Iowa State and Colorado, wins in overtime. And up the road we go to Waco, Texas. Bob Stoops, 4th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, playing at the Baylor Bears. Baylor's first possession of the game, some troubles on offense. Aaron Karras is sacked by Corey Klein for the Sooners. OU on its first possession would score. They go the distance. Quentin Griffin runs for 150 yards in the game, the first of 3 touchdowns for him. Sooners led 7-3 after 1. Nate Hibble, the screen to Griffin, and Quentin does the rest for 35 yards and another score. The Sooners start to roll in the second quarter. It's another running back for the Sooners getting in on the act. Kewan Jones, the freshman against Kevin Steele's Baylor Bears, will score to make it 21-3. The OU defense comes through as well. Derek Strait, 2 interceptions, checking the board. 49-9 Sooners over the Bears. And the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Lawrence, Kansas, 6 touchdown passes from Josh Fields, 359 yards passing, 55-20. We take a trip to Big Ten country when the Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report continues in a moment. It's halftime at Folsom Field in Boulder, 17-14 Bucks.
Rockstar Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At Advance Auto Parts, we believe in doing it yourself. So we made this commercial ourselves.
We had Florence here check out the prices of our competitors versus ours.
Do you have the results? But first, Florence, would you ever lie to millions of Americans who really want to believe that someone on TV is capable of telling the truth?
Never.
Go.
Advance is still the queen of low prices.
Queen, Florence?
As long as I'm here.
Queen's fine.
Someone asked me once if I had my shirt special made. I told them I got mine like everybody else at Tractor Supply. The Wrangler jeans, Carhartt coats and workwear, Walls coveralls, plus clothes for the whole family. There's just no place that fits my life better than Tractor Supply. It's even where I go to get socks.
Tractor Supply. For 1 acre or 1,000, we'll help you get the job done.
This is Jesse. Jesse's a kid. He downloads music online just like that. He jumps on the bed, then he jumps back on the internet. Jesse's mom got the family the speed of Bell South Fast Access DSL. Now she gets reservations at that new restaurant before it's old news. And with home networking, they all can be online at the same time. Jesse's sister and her friend are checking their homepage. Jesse's checking out the friend. He has no chance. Fast Access DSL has been awarded honors by J.D. Power & Associates. Order now and get your first 3 months for just $19.95 a month. Compared to dial-up, it's a whole new internet experience, one that's up to 50 times faster and always ready to go whenever you are. And Bell South Fast Access DSL frees up your phone line so you can talk while using the internet. Sign up now and get a free DSL modem. Plus, order online and get $50 cash back. Get a better internet for just $19.95 a month for the first 3 months. Bell South. Listening, answering.
Here's what I know. The only exciting part of a basketball game is the final 2 minutes. And anyone who owns a sports franchise should be a fan first and then run the team that way. There's a big difference between the right girl and the right now girl. Music is religion. Karaoke is a cult. Well done is overdone. And if you're going to draw a map of your life, do it in pencil and then redraw it over and over again.
Bass. A taste for more.
We're ACC Hoops crazy all next week. Can the Terps defend their title? Is Duke tough enough? Do the Tar Heels have the right talent to rebound from last year? So many questions, but we've got all the answers. ACC Hoops on your Southern Sports Report all next week.
Colorado is one half of football away from securing a spot in the Big 12 championship game, up 17-14 at the half. And back on the Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report, the only unbeaten team in action today in the Big 10, the Ohio State Buckeyes, playing on the road at Illinois. And the Buckeyes were trailing 10-6 in the third quarter. This is a good game. Ohio State's Craig Krenzel to Michael Jenkins. The play covers 50 yards, and the Buckeyes have the lead 13-10, but tied 16-all, headed to overtime. Maurice Hall for Ohio State scores from 8 yards out. Buckeyes lead by 7. Illinois held out of the end zone on its possession, and Ohio State survives on the road for the second straight week. Only Michigan stands between Ohio State and the national championship game. Also in the Big Ten this afternoon, Iowa runs its record to 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. The Hawkeyes' only loss came to cross-state rival Iowa State. They win big 45-21. More on the Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report in a moment. It's the Buffs over the Cyclones at the half in Boulder.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may exhibit carne asada bravado.
Carne asada steak tacos, ladies?
Yeah.
It's an old family recipe.
Really? Yeah.
I did. I made it myself. I thought he was Irish.
He's on a roll.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun. I wake up in darkness for you. Bruise, break, bleed for you. Lose weight, lose touch, lose time for you. And what do you do for me?
On the next Beyond the Glory, Cordell Stewart was a rising NFL superstar.
When he stepped on the field, boy, I tell you what, he was something special.
Creating a new position.
We'll call you a quarterback / receiver.
Producing an alter ego.
Every kid wanted to be Slash, but Slash didn't want to be Slash.
That turned an identity upside down.
There was a rumor about me being gay.
Cordell Stewart, Beyond the Glory, tomorrow at 8 on Fox Sports Net.
Everybody's got a little cheap adventure in them. Isn't it time you let yours out? Now during Cheap Adventure Days you can, because during this factory-authorized limited-time opportunity, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Jeep Grand Cherokee and make no monthly payments for 90 days. Plus get our 770 powertrain limited warranty. No one else gives you all that. So hurry to your Jeep dealer and find the Jeep Adventure in you. Check one out today.
is this?
Karen, I'm making my list of things that cost too much. Rent, car payments, movie theaters.
Whoa. People can save money every day by calling Acceptance for their car insurance. You know that.
You're right. Acceptance offers low down payments and the service you want. And most importantly, the same equal monthly payment.
And you'll never pay too much for car insurance at Acceptance.
Follow me to Acceptance Insurance.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
It looks like it may go right down to the wire in Boulder. The Colorado Buffaloes with just a 3-point lead at halftime. And a reminder, coming up after this game here on Fox Sports Net, it's the NFL show. Michael Irvin, Tony Siragusa, comedian Tommy Davidson join host Chris Myers right after the game. The Sonic America's Drive-In halftime report rolls on. Back in Boulder with Bill Land and Gary Reasons in just a moment. 17-14 at halftime. The second half is straight ahead at Folsom Field.
In all the world, only one university can call itself the birthplace of the computer. Today, it's home to the nation's first 6-sided virtual reality theater. It's second in technology innovations, has one of the most wired campuses, as well as one of the 3 most beautiful. Iowa State University, a source of achievement, innovation, and inspiration, helping people become their best.
Shocking than Bart failing 3rd grade, repeating it with Lisa.
Your mother and I are very proud, sad, and confused by what's happened to you.
The Simpsons, followed by King of the Hill. Then Malcolm's Family Reunion.
Oh my God!
Is going to be a riot.
It all starts Sunday at 7 on Fox 5. Watch The Profiles. Call the hotline. Help crack a cold case. Georgia's Most Wanted. Bad news for criminals. Tonight at 10 on Fox 5 News.
This holiday at your Yamaha dealer, every motorcycle and every ATV can be yours for 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments. Plus, get up to $300 in holiday cash on select models. So this holiday, give them what they really want.
Save today on your new Yamaha at Easy Living Yamaha in Rome.
Someone asked me once if I had my shirt special made. I told them I got mine like everybody else at Tractor Supply. The Wrangler jeans, Carhartt coats and workwear, Walls coveralls, plus clothes for the whole family. There's just no place that fits my life better than Tractor Supply. It's even where I go to get socks.
Tractor Supply, for 1 acre or 1,000, will help you get the job done.
We're ACC Hoops crazy all next week. Can the Terps defend their title? Is Duke tough enough? Do the Tar Heels have the right talent to rebound from last year? So many questions, but we've got all the answers. ACC Hoops on your Southern Sports Report all next week.
The NFL Show. It's football with a little Fox flavor. 3 game shows will never be the same. The NFL Show on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back as Ralphie and the Buffaloes come back on the field. Second half about to begin in Colorado, holding on to a 17-14 lead. Bill Land and Gary Reasons with you, and what an exciting back-and-forth first half.
It's been a fun first half. We talked about 2 players at the top of the show, Seneca Wallace and Chris Brown, 2 Heisman hopefuls coming into this game, exceptional players, both of them, and leading their football teams. Hey, they've been exciting to watch tonight, Bill.
In Colorado, big plays. We got a package to take a look at. That's certainly been a key for them.
No doubt about it. Chris Brown gave him the football, show you why he's one of the best backs in the country. Got good balance, good vision, and power. This young man runs the ball very well. And then also big plays here offensively. Robert Hodge throwing, hey, I can throw the ball down there, get up to DJ Hackett, who goes up and sets up a score for the Buffs. And on defense, doing what they need to do. Intercept Wallace here, stop it from scoring. Colorado playing in this football game, playing very well, playing very balanced.
Offensively, they've got to stop they've got to get Seneca Wallace controlled defensively, and in offense, just get Chris Brown and that running attack going again.
And Iowa State will receive the kickoff here as Colorado owning the 17-14 lead. Mariscal about ready to go as we get ready to start the second half. Rutland and Wagner are deep here. And Mariscal with the boot. Wagner lets it go. It'll be first and 10 at the 20. Zach Klein a moment ago caught up with ISU coach Dan McCarney.
Coach, Colorado's Chris Brown over 120 yards in the first half, but it's a three-point game. What'd you tell your kids in the locker room?
Well, we got to get some turnovers. We have none on defense. We got to protect it on offense. I don't see mismatches right now. Chris Brown's the best running back in college football. We got to try and slow him down. But this is anybody's game. It's a three-point game. Colorado's one of the top teams in America, and we're playing right toe-to-toe with them right now. Got to play a great second half.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Seneca Wallace sees his club down. Colorado 7-0 when leading at the half. The last loss after leading at the break was against Iowa State here in 2000. Wagner with a handoff. Slices across the 25-yard line. First half stats we'll take a look at here as both these teams have had great success in moving the football here.
Well, pretty even here overall. Total yardage pretty much the same, 243 to 284. Top of the country, got good balance, good vision, and power. This young man runs the ball very well. And then also big plays here offensively. Robert Hodge throwing, hey, I can throw the ball down there, get up to DJ Hackett, who goes up and sets up a score for the Buffs. And on defense, doing what they need to do. Intercept Wallace here, stop it from scoring. Colorado playing in this football game, playing very well, playing very balanced. Offensively, they've got to get Seneca Wallace controlled defensively, and in offense, just get Chris Brown and that running attack going again.
And Iowa State will receive the kickoff here as Colorado owning the 17-14 lead. Mariscal about ready to go as we get ready to start the second half. Rutland and Wagner are deep here. And Mariscal with the boot. Wagner lets it go. It'll be first and 10 at the 20. Zach Klein a moment ago caught up with ISU coach Dan McCarney.
Coach, Colorado's Chris Brown over 120 yards in the first half, but it's a three-point game. What'd you tell your kids in the locker room?
Well, we got to get some turnovers. We have none on defense. We got to protect it on offense. I don't see mismatches right now. Chris Brown's the best running back in college football. We got to try and slow him down. But this is anybody's game. It's a three-point game. Colorado's one of the top teams in America, and we're playing right toe-to-toe with them right now. Got to play a great second half.
Good luck in the second
half. Thanks a lot.
Seneca Wallace sees his club down. Colorado 7-0 when leading at the half. The last loss after leading at the break was against Iowa State here in 2000. Wagner with a handoff. Slices across the 25-yard line. First half stats we'll take a look at here as both these teams have had great success in moving the football here.
Well, pretty even here overall. Total yardage pretty much the same, 243 to 284. Time of possession, though, Colorado's had that ball. They've run it quite a bit. A couple of turnovers for ISU. They didn't really capitalize on them for Colorado. They had the fumble down there inside the 20. They didn't get a score out of that one.
You wonder as the game wears on if Colorado continues that type of possession, if they can wear out this Iowa State team or not. 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard pickup on first down for Wallace and the Cyclones. Knock in motion. Wagner. He will move the chains out to the 34-yard line. First down, Iowa State.
Well, Seneca Wallace in the first half, look at the numbers he put up, 10 of 17, 121 yards and 1 interception. Down there, they're knocking on the door, and the touchdown pass, obviously. He's an exceptional player. He's a dual threat quarterback. Obviously can throw the ball, and seeing how well he runs the ball tonight. You see all these marshmallows down the hill. They're actually throwing them out there on the field right now. They usually throw them out there at halftime, but I saw a couple of them flying down there at the receivers on the near side of the field, and maybe Zach going to give him a snack.
We'll see what Wallace comes up with on first and 10. He's run for 72 yards in this first half. His season best was 68 against Missouri. He's scrambling here. 35, 40, and out of of bounds, close to the first down. There is very little room on the sidelines here at Folsom Field as he is out at the 45.
Well, kind of like that run that he had against Texas Tech where he got 12 yards. He ran 108 yards on that. Same kind of thing here, just reverses field. Seneca Wall showing that he's got speed. The defense has to track him down. Good job that time and stop him from making a big game.
Grass stains show the damage as it's 1st and 10 at the 45, and Wallace, that Missouri game, the 42-35 win, he led them on a 93-yard drive that Dan McCarney said was just basically the Seneca Wallace show. Run, pass, whatever it took to be the difference maker in that victory. Wagner, the draw stopped at the 47.5-yard line.
It's kind of like they hand the ball off to Wagner and company just to give Seneca Wallace a break.
Brayton made the tackle that time.
They need to gain some yards from those tailbacks, run them through there and get some positive yards. They've done a good job of it here on the misdirection plays, but haven't run right through the teeth of this Buffalo defense. They want to use the speed, agility outside. These backs, including Wallace, can make plays on the corner.
Iowa State in the first half ran it 15 times, threw it 17. Colorado ran it 28, threw it 18 times. 2nd and 8 here. Complete at the 40-yard line of Colorado.
Watch the setup here. I mean, I tell you, Seneca Wallace sets back and zips this football. He's got an arm. This young man throws it in there very, very well, and good job at time by Lance Young coming in there. This young man, you know, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and Johnny United's finalists. Right there at the top of the list with a good group of quarterbacks here, and very deserving of that.
Carson Palmer, Southern Cal, has really come on strong after a somewhat slow start, too. Wallace trying to rebound, and so far has from his tough night in Manhattan last Saturday. Thompson, the carry, pushes to the 38-yard line where Billingsley makes the tackle. And Wallace not just on the Unitas list, but he's also on the Davey O'Brien Award. And out of the Big 12, Chris Sims from Texas, Cliff Kingsbury, another huge game today as Tech upended the University of Texas.
Yeah, not only is he going to get to play a couple more games here this year, but he'll play in the East-West Shrine game, the Hula Bowl, the Senior Bowl, postseason All-Star games. Folks are going to see a lot of Seneca Wallace.
Yeah, and if you wonder, with his stature, 5'10", 195, about professional opportunities, Steve Brickey says, someone's got to give this kid who is so talented a look at quarterback. Fumble the snap here. Loose. Colorado. Let's see.
Well, they're trying to sort it out there, Bill. This ball just gets away from Seneca Wallace. He's trying to move to his left before he catches the ball. Cyclones are rooting to say, hey, we still got the football back, but pretty good surge that time by Colorado getting on top of it, trying to make an effort to get that football.
Still no signal.
Yeah,
Colorado. Now, Billingsley jumped the highest coming out of there. I don't know if he's the one that had the football, but he certainly celebrated as if he came up with it.
Well, when you move your quarterback so much, sometimes these things are going to happen because the snap is there. Seneca Wallace just doesn't get it. Big Brayton might have come up with it inside there. Take a look. It's going to be up to his right shoulder. He's going to move. He just doesn't catch the football, and he's trying to move away and trying to get the play set, and he's trying to crawl back to it but can't get there. And the Buffs come up with a big play. And take a look at the scramble here going for it. It's down there. Anybody who's going to come up underneath that pile, that's where you don't want to be in there. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in there, and good job that time by the Buffs getting it out.
Hodge hands off to Brown on 1st and 10. Another fumble, and Iowa State has come up with it. The Cyclones. And inside the 10-yard line, Billups. Jermaine Billups. And Iowa State gets it back. Dan McCarney said, we've got to have a turnover. Well, they got it.
That's exactly what you do. Make a big play of your own defensively, and Billups does a great job of picking up the loose ball and getting the score for the Cyclones.
Back-to-back turnovers.
You're going to see here Chris Brown going to bang it up inside here and watch the fumble. It's the second fumble he's had in this football game. It comes out and circling right there. He's going to pick it up. The ball's on the ground, and he gets to the side and definitely has the speed for the score.
Now the Cyclones 1st and 10, or they're 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Wallace under center. Wagner. He's down to the 8, maybe inside there, with Killian making the tackle.
Misdirection, trying to take the aggressiveness of the defense outside and trying to pop one inside to Wagner. Done that reverse once already tonight. Look at the turnovers in this football game.
So Iowa State had the interception that Wallace threw toward the end of the half that took a scoring opportunity away. 2nd and goal from the 7 here. Danielson, the man in motion. Wallace, a short drop, fires quickly. Danielson still on his feet inside the 5 and driven out of bounds near the 2-yard line. And Walrus was there. Drew Walrus for Colorado. Wilder was pressuring the quarterback.
Well, good effort that time by Danielson, just getting down the sideline, and he's fighting for extra yards on the sideline here, Bill. You see him watching his lower shoulder just go right through him. Watch his feet there on the sideline. Good handiwork and stretch out to get down around the 1-yard line.
3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Woodley, the fullback. Wagner, the tailback. The fake to Wagner. Wallace in trouble and brought down. Great pursuit, and the tackle by Brian Ewu. A flag is thrown.
A true freshman making a play outside. Brian Ewu doing a good job from the safety spot, bringing down one of the most talented players in college football on an open field tackle. That's a great tackle by a young freshman.
Participation, 12 playing on the defense, half the distance.
Well, that's how they got him. They got 12 guys out there. I don't see him out there, but it might have been a substitution. I tell you, this is a heck of a play, though, by Brian Ewu from the free safety spot, coming up, making a tackle. This is an excellent call offensively. It's going to be the naked bootleg. He's going to fake it here and come back door and try to get around the defense. Look at the job here that Ewu does coming up and make a play. It's an open field tackle on a speedy quarterback. Great job that time by the young freshman.
Well, now when people want to know how do you stop Seneca Wallace, play 12. Gary Barnett didn't think it was too funny. As now the Cyclones, 3rd down again and goal from the 1, and Woodley with the dive, and he is in. Joe Woodley, who came in with 6 carries for 4 yards, gets his 2nd touchdown of the season, and Iowa State regains the lead.
Now, those are turnovers and points off turnovers. That's exactly what Iowa State capitalizes on here. I think they have the turnover themselves. It gives Colorado an opportunity, but Chris Brown puts it on the ground, and the Cyclones capitalize.
A 1-yard dive, and that brings on Beneke for the point after. Junior from Rochester, Minnesota. Kick is blocked. Ball is live, and Beneke picks it up and is tackled. And Killian is the one that made the block. 20-17 is our score. Another look on the block PAT, but Iowa State still on top. What a game in bowling.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may pull a grilled steak switch out.
So you like carne asada steak?
Yeah.
Great. I've got some out on the grill.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
Rockstar Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I will tell you about my Get Out of Nebraska shirt. I was at a thrift store in Wayne, Nebraska, and I stumbled upon this incredibly gaudy orange striped shirt that I thought was hideous at the time, and I wore it out to the bar, and all my friends said, hey man, if you wear that shirt, you're going to have to leave Nebraska. You can't wear that shirt here. It sort of just, you know, I don't know, it fueled me to get out of Nebraska and come to the big town here.
Bass, a taste for more.
The beauty of all-wheel drive. Woodley gets the touchdown. Colorado has the ability to block the kick. It's 2017 Cyclones. Zach Klein has an injury update for us.
Yeah, Bill, you mentioned Brian Ewu's name. You did. He is in the game because their leading tackler, senior cornerback Donald Strickland, is out with a sprained ankle. He is doubtful. Ewu in the game, Strickland out, and doubtful with the sprained ankle.
All right, thank you, Zach. As Bloom is the deep man here. Jeremy Bloom, also Snead and Calhoun. Bloom at his 5-yard line as Iowa State set to kick it off. Cyclones, we're looking at 14, Tony Elk, sophomore from Arlington, Wisconsin. He is going to sail out of bounds, and the flag will be thrown.
They get the ball in good field position here to start this.
Let's go back to how Iowa State got the lead. It goes to Colorado's turnover right after Iowa State had turned it over.
Well, it's all set up by the Chris Brown fumble. He brings it into the traffic there, and it comes out. And take a look here, number 6 picks it up, and that's Billups doing a good job bringing it down the field and sets up this scoring opportunity for the Cyclones.
Hodge shoved him out, and then Woodley the TD.
Yeah, the 1-yard plunge there. He's got to capitalize on turnovers, put points on the boards, and the Cyclones are right back in this thing.
The scoring drive, 9 yards, 3 plays. Woodley the 1-yard run. Colorado, a big penalty in there as well, with 12 men on the field when they had tackled Wallace at the 11. We'll show you that in a moment. Another flag thrown here as this one will not get underway. Purify.
Prior to snap,
forward
ball start, offense, 5 yards, replay, first down.
We talked about that penalty that they had on that play. Count the guys there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and, well, you're number 12. I don't know who that is, but nonetheless, they had 12 on there. Remember, on this play, they stopped Seneca Wallace on the bootleg. Brian Ewu makes the tackle. And this is just one where you have to have only 11 out there, and they counted 1 too many. Good job that time by the officials and throwing the proper flag.
Purify, 35, 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds on the Colorado sideline at the 46-yard line of Iowa State. Hobbs knocking him out. Bobby Purify with a first down run and more.
Well, kind of the 1-2 on Purify and Chris Brown. Bobby Purify might be a little bit quicker, a little faster than Chris Brown. He does a good job here bringing it around the corner. Getting a pretty good start here for this Colorado football team.
25 yards on the pickup in Colorado. First and 10 at the 45 of the Cyclones. 2 wideouts to the right side. Brown back in, tugging away across the 45 to the 44, where Jeremy Lloyd meets him.
Jeremy Lloyd just comes off the weak side, kind of a weak side blitz here. It's a pressure zone pressure here, and Jeremy Lloyd just tracking him down from the backside. You got a deep set tailback. You can make some tackles from the backside, and Lloyd does a nice job that time.
1 yard, 2nd and 9, 34. Hodge throws it and completes it, and Austin makes the tackle on Sipniewski, the tight end. Quinn, junior from Granger, Iowa, gets his first reception of the night, his 6th of the season.
Well, when I first saw this play, it looked like good coverage by the Cyclones on defense. It's going to be the play-action pass. You're going to have 2 receivers out in front. Look at the coverage. It looked like they're covered, but no. Hodge zips it in there over the 1 defender in front. With Sipniewski behind, he gets the first down.
Well, it only fits the form of this game. Colorado scored first. Iowa State answered and took the lead, and it's gone back and forth in every scoring situation. We've not had back-to-back scores by the same team. Hodge on the play action. And incomplete, almost picked off by Billups as it was deflected in there. Billups thinking about the tip drill.
Yeah, that ball was tipped around the line of scrimmage. The bootleg pass that time, and Hodge comes around trying to throw to the 2nd-level receiver, and Billups almost comes up with another fun play. Got the fumble recovery, obviously, and that a chance for an interception.
Second down and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Purify stays in the backfield ahead of Drum, or behind Drum, I should say. And Purify stopped near the 35-yard line. Chris Brown being looked at by the trainers on the Colorado sideline as Coleman and Word make the tackle on Purify.
Yeah, a couple of plays ago they did a bootleg pass, and Chris Brown came out to block, and he actually had got a little bit of traffic there.
Zach Klein has more on Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, like I, will be okay. He's got the wind knocked out of him. He will be back.
Thank you, Zach. dangerous on that sideline detail this week, and certainly here in Boulder. Saw Purify's work. 3rd and 11 now. McCoy shuffling back to the left. They're coming after Hodge. Dumps it off, and Purify turns it on across the 30 and trips. Let's see where they mark him. He needed to get to the 24-yard line as Smith was making the tackle. Tyson Smith.
Last week, Bill, we saw Bobby Purify chance to run the screenplay, and they do a good job of getting the screenplay to Bobby Purify again here tonight. Very, very close for a first down.
Here's the replay as
see here blocking, maybe a holding out front. I'm not sure what they're going to call it. It is going to be bring up a 4th down situation.
Well, and after having the field goal go off the goal post earlier tonight, 4th and 1, flags everywhere now. And
well, you had some of the defensive players jumping around inside there and actually bumped the center as they're trying to get set up, trying to switch around. And hey, that's a penalty. So they're going to get a first down.
Contact, 5 yards, first down.
And they were lined up incorrectly, and they're trying to get set. That's one where they just touched the center.
Yeah, they actually made contact.
See him here, the defense trying to get set. Hodge gets underneath there. Hey, there's the bump. You're bumping into the center. Actually put his hand on his face mask.
So let me get steadied here. I got to catch my balance, or I'm really going to hit you. 1st and 10. Let's see if Colorado takes advantage of it. Pitch to Purify.
That's a speed play to the tailback. You do the dive option inside and pitch it back to the tailback. And good job that time by the Cyclones, just running the alley and making a tackle outside.
Phillips and Smith making the stop that time for Iowa State, but he gets to the 15-yard line. Well, if this one goes the way a couple of other Big 12 games have today with Texas A&M and Missouri and Texas Tech and Texas, you'd expect Colorado go and score, and then Iowa State come back and do the same thing. 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 5. Hard run by Purify, and Phillips knocked him down, but his momentum carried him a yard or closer, and that's down to the 13-yard line now. 2017 Iowa State. Colorado needing a victory tonight to wrap up the Big 12 North and a back-to-back trip to the Big 12 title game this year at Reliance Stadium in Houston.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down play here. Colorado obviously would like to get the first down to keep going here and possibly get a touchdown on the board to go ahead in this football game. But Robert Hodge has to be smart here. Don't take yourselves out of an opportunity at least for a field goal.
3rd and 3 at the 13. Purify in motion. Drum Malone back. Hodge. Incomplete and nearly picked off. It went through the hands of Donahoe, and then Anthony Forrest was a defensive back. A flag is thrown.
Yeah, probably going to have a holding inside there. Against the Buffs, going to back them up here. They may decline this and just allow them to try to kick the field goal.
Look at Dan McCarney in his 8th year and his 3rd straight bowl appearance that he'd be taking Iowa State to, and says, all right.
Offense, 10 yards, replay 3rd down.
They're going to go ahead and back them up. And I'll take a look here. We'll see if we can see the holding penalty. There's Sipnewski there. The little tight end. Mingo going to pull him down to the ground right there in front of the official. But Robert Hodge, I talked about throwing the ball in there. Don't do anything that could wreck your opportunity to score. That's a questionable pass.
Gary, they take the penalty. It's 10 yards. It puts them back at the 23. You're talking 40-yard field goal here if they don't get it. Still not out of Brohm's range by any means. It's been interesting to call for Dan McCarney there. Let's see if Colorado, 3rd and 13, can come up with something. Hodge. And out of bounds.
Maybe it was a good call by Dan McCarney to accept that penalty and move him back here. They're going to trot the field goal kicker on and see if he can make this kick. He hit the one up on the post earlier in the game, Bill.
Yeah, and he's I think Dan McCarney's looking at, hey, I got faith in my defense. Telling you, come on, fellas. We'll push him back 10 more, and it will become a 40-yard field goal. Actually set up closer to the 41 now. And Brohm hit one earlier, 43. So he's 5 of 7 between the 40 and 50 output. This one, plenty of leg, and it is good. So Brohm ties it up. We're even at 20. 6:09 to go in the 3rd.
She swings. She got it goal. Regional champions. We're going to see.
Good execution by Oklahoma.
The Texas Longhorns are national champions.
And the winner is Eric Crouch, University of Nebraska.
The first man in the history of athletic competition to go undefeated. Never a loss.
In the South, nothing holds us back. We get on the road and we go for it. Kind of like Dodge Durango SXT. Magnum V8 power, big wheels and tires, and a kickin' CD sound system. Now get 0% APR financing or $2,500 cash allowance. Plus, grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it. Available at only one place, Truckville, your new South Dodge dealer.
With Christmas just around the corner, think Golf for Less for all your holiday shopping needs. We have gifts for golfers of all ages and abilities. Whether it's balls, shoes, bags, starter sets, or a gift certificate, Golf for Less has it all. We also have a wide selection of golf apparel, college logo gifts, and Oakley sunglasses at prices that can't be beat. That's Golf for Less, located in the Midtown Crossing Shopping Center near Longhorns.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
2020, 6:09 to go in the third quarter here in Boulder. 17th ranked Colorado and Iowa State. ACC Sunday Night Hoops returns to Fox Sports Net. It all starts December 1. Temple Owls to take on Wake Forest in a showdown between powers. That's ACC Sunday Night Hoops, December 1st, Wake and Temple. Only on Fox Sports Net. Well, Brome hits the field goal. Colorado back in business, tied at 20. Rutland and Wagner ready to return the kick here. Rutland on the left, Wagner on the right as Mariscal to kick it off for the Buffaloes. What a game this crowd has been treated to tonight, and us enjoying it as well as Mariscal puts it in the end zone, and Rutland wanted to bring it out, and now Wagner said, take a knee, take a knee. Well, we're going to run down here a little bit. Chris Brown headed to the locker room.
Well, you don't like to see him leave the field. Obviously, the Buffaloes would like to have him out there running that tailback spot. Get a report from Zach on him and find out what's going on.
Let's go down to Zach Klein and see if he's got more info to offer.
Yeah, Bill, they're taking him to the locker room. He seems to be walking fine. He got kicked below the belt. They're taking him to the locker room. We'll give you an update as soon as we get one.
Boy, I hope he's okay, as Brown, certainly nation's leading rusher. Right now, they're looking for their defense to put a clamp on Seneca Wallace out of the shotgun. And he hands it off, and the defense is there to swarm the ball carrier. This time it is Thompson. Iowa State, here's what they've done tonight. TD on the opening possession. Punt, fumble, punt. And then TD, the interception toward the end of the half. Lost the fumble, got it right back, though, and then took advantage of it.
A little bit of everything here from the Cyclones on offense.
Been that type of night. Very entertaining game. One that'll give the coaches some gray hairs, though. 2nd and 10 on the 20. All tied. Play action. Wallace in trouble. Got away from Sorrell. Wallace fires and incomplete.
We've got a flag right there on the play, Bill. It's going to be a false start here against the defense, or excuse me, against the offense. Maybe offsides against the defense. They may have jumped in the neutral zone here. Line judge throwing the penalty. It is going to be against the defense. They're going to get another snap here, free play.
Offside, defense, 5 yards, replay, 2nd down.
You know, Bill, it's been a pretty fun ride here for Dan McCarney and this football team, this Iowa State team. What he's done since he got there in 1994. Hey, a lot of improvements across the board, and for the last few years, from 2000 on to 2002, really what he has done in the Big 12 has really been tremendous. This is going to be the 3rd consecutive year that the Cyclone team is going to go to a bowl game. They had a real dry run in the 1990s.
13 wins in his first 5 years total. On the run on the 2nd and 5, and Moore makes the tackle. Thompson is brought down, and see where they spot the football. Just shy of the 1st down. And you're talking about McCarney. Of course, then last year they went 7-5, and that was kind of a rebound year. They went on to the Independence Bowl and played Alabama. The year before, though, 9-3 in the Inside.com Bowl. And then you show the consistency against the schedule they faced this year to coming in here 7-4, going to a bowl game, and again, it's 3rd and 1. Wallace keeps.
That's going to be close. I think he's going to have the first down just across the 30. Seneca Wallace digging in and getting it. Line Jeff giving a pretty good spot. I really think it's pretty remarkable for what Dan McCarney's been able to do with this football team. He's obviously had a great quarterback the last 2 years, and you know, he wants to build this football team running it. He builds it with an eye back. You talked about earlier, Bill, running the football, have a 1,000-yard rusher. That's something they'd like to have. They're having to do that by committee this year. But they've got a young kid in the wing, Stevie Hicks, who they think is a really good tailback. He ran the scout team this week, gave a great picture about Chris Brown. He was really impressed with him in his practice effort this week.
1st and 10. Danielson goes in motion. Wallace to throw to Danielson. He's in trouble and gets hit behind the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line.
And I told you Clyde Sorrell be around the football. There's no doubt about it. He sniffed that play out. A little slip screen trying to get him the football, and Sorrell does a good job. He's near the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get down the line and make a play here. Good job getting in the backfield. This is a negative play. Throwing it back there behind the line of scrimmage, and Clyde Sorrell makes a nice play.
He was on academic suspension, got his act together in the classroom, got back on the field. 57 tackles coming in with an interception, 3 sacks. This guy has really been a big part of Colorado's march to the top of the North. 2nd and 14. Wallace steps up. Can't get out of Nineheist's reach, though, and Gabe pulls him down. And it'll be 3rd and long coming up for the Cyclones as the big crowd here at Folsom Field looks on.
Well, Gabe didn't do very much on the rush that time, but he did a good job of getting off the block. Nineheist is going to be right here on the line. Watch him get off the block as Seneca Wallace comes inside here. He says, hey, I'm going to get off the block and make me a tackle here. Good job on the quarterback trying to scramble away and negate him from making that big play.
Wallace season-high rushing totals, passing at 134. Total offense 209. 3rd and 14. Needs a big play with the crowd roaring here at Folsom Field. Wallace gonna keep and gets out of bounds. He's played it smart. There again is some of the maturity you see in Wallace. It doesn't always happen on just great plays, Gary.
Well, the maturity we talked about is him running and throwing the ball. He's thrown the ball a lot more this year, got more production in his passing. But that's a decision there that you make as a quarterback. Don't throw it out there in the coverage where you have a chance for an interception. And Seneca Wallace says, hey, we'll take a little bit, a couple of yards there. Go ahead and put our punter out there. Much like we talked about with Robert Hodge with his offense, you know, make the right decisions, give your team a chance to go out there. It's all right to put your defense out there and give them a chance to respond.
Blankenship to punt it away here. He stands on his own 19-yard line and has averaged 40.5 so far tonight. Gets this one off. 4th and 7. Takes an Iowa State bounce as it hit inside the 35, and he gets an extra 14 yards out of that down to the 21-yard line. Iowa State and Colorado tied at 20. We'll bring it back after the 46-yard punt.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Quite possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, and check out the entire Bowflex lineup, or visit us on the web at BowflexUltimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
The NFL Show. It's football with a little Fox flavor. 3 game shows will never be the same. The NFL Show on Fox Sports Net.
On the next Beyond the Glory, Cordell Stewart
was a rising NFL superstar.
When he stepped on the field, boy, I tell you what, he was something special.
Creating a new position.
We'll call you a quarterback / receiver.
Producing an alter ego.
Every kid wanted to be Slash, but Slash didn't want to be Slash.
That turned an identity upside down.
There was a rumor out about me being gay.
Cordell Stewart, Beyond the Glory, tomorrow at 8 on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Boulder. 2:29 to go in the third. It's 2020 Iowa State and Colorado, as Colorado to get possession. And we're talking about programs and builders. You notice the winningest teams 2000-2002. Oklahoma, of course, at the top with Texas. Iowa State 23-12. 27 games that they won in the 90s, Gary, and 23-12 since.
Yeah, that's complete games from 2000 on to 2002.
Purify rolls across the 40 as Bobby Purify out to the 41-yard line. A 20-yard gain for the junior from Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah. Bobby Purify getting in there, Chris Brown inside. They're taking a look at him, and Purify doing a good job on this play, getting the Buffalo started.
8 carries, 73 yards for Purify now. As Brown left well over the 100-yard mark. And we'll have more on him in just a moment. 1st and 10 at the 41 for the Buffaloes. Houston, Marcus Houston's first carry of the night. The 50 and across to the 45. Well, this is a guy whose story's been well documented. Tremendous talent, great high school career. He's just been besieged by injury after injury here. And look at him and the excitement after his first carry.
You see the appreciation by these fans. They know the story about Marcus Houston and what he's gone through. And you see the ability that he has. He's got speed. He's got power. He's a good tailback. Just doesn't get the opportunities with Chris Brown and Bobby Purify in there. But with Chris not able to play in this game right now, Marcus Houston may be the number 2 back out there.
And Houston's first carry since the Colorado State game, when he had 6 for 24 yards and has been injured since and just trying to get back. Now let's go back to Zach Klein with an update on Chris Brown.
Yeah, Bill, moments ago we saw Brown head to the locker room. He is getting an x-ray. He says he has sore ribs. They are doing an x-ray right now, and Chris Brown asked if he will return. They said questionable.
Boy, big shot there. Gary Barnett, got to be thankful he's got the kind of depth that he does at his tailback spot.
A lot of quality running backs here. He's going to run them through there. And, hey, they're going to pound the football in there. We're talking about here, pound the rock. That's what they do in Colorado. And they're going to line somebody else up in there and get that job done.
2nd and 6 at the 41. Hodge in trouble. And incomplete. Intended for Drum. Lloyd was all over him. Now, we were showing you earlier the best record since 2000. Now let's take a look at conference record. Only in conference play, Colorado.
Yeah,
your Big 12 champ from a year ago, 12-2.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good run. Colorado has in conference. You know, they have the early non-conference schedule. They can go the gauntlet, it seems like, in non-conference games. So they've got a few losses there where other teams are winning football games. But Colorado has been the elite team in conference play over the last couple of years.
Gary Barnett trying to get them to Houston and Reliance Stadium in the Big 12 title game with a win here tonight. We're tied at 20. Final minute, 3rd quarter. Oh, over the middle, intended for Bo Williams. And Phillips was covering. He was wide open. And I don't know if he tripped Gary or just didn't catch it up.
Well, Bo Williams has to run away from the coverage here, and he doesn't do that. He's got to bend to the middle of the field, and Hodge is going to lead him inside, but he just doesn't go in there. There's no one in there, and he just doesn't make the catch. The safeties were under pressure that time, and he was unable to get the ball to him.
Colorado will punt it away. 4th and 6. Miller is the deep man, and Mariscal sky high on this punt. And down at the 6, we'll see where they mark it. A tremendous punt by Mark Mariscal, the 6'2 senior from Tallahassee, Florida, as McCoy was there to catch it. A 36-yard punt. And Iowa State will have to operate from their own 5-yard line.
That ball was up here as high as my eyes were, Bill. That's 5.1 on the hang time. That's an impressive mark for that young man.
We enjoyed meeting his parents today, who we saw in the hotel and breakfast, and explained how much fun they've had making the trips from Tallahassee to Boulder to watch their son play. And they've had lottery diary drawings for the other family members to see who gets to come along each week. Said, boy, they're going to miss it. This is the final time for these Colorado seniors to play here in Boulder. 1st and 10 Cyclones. And Wagner just looking for an opening, and it wasn't there. Got a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 as Eric Killian makes the tackle. And as we get into the final moments of the 3rd quarter, Colorado a chance to take that field position again, Gary.
They can win the field position battle here if they can stop the Cyclones and make them punt. No doubt about that. Good job that time with your offense. We talked about Robert Hodge. Hey, don't have to be Superman. Go ahead and let your punter, Mariscal, do that for you. Both teams have done well in the field position game when they've had to make decisions like that, Bill, and both punters have done a good job.
Colorado without Brown and Strickland, who left earlier in the game with an injury, and Seneca Wallace and the Cyclones. What a battle here in Boulder. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score tied at 20-20. You're watching the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week on Fox Sports Net.
The very best of Fleetwood Mac. Now, the best songs from one of the world's greatest bands on one incredible collection. The very best of Fleetwood Mac 2 CD collection features songs from 3 decades of their brilliant career. Six of the most memorable songs of all time. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. When you receive this enhanced CD, you can put it into your computer and watch exclusive documentary footage of Fleetwood Mac, recording their brand new 2003 studio album. Best of Fleetwood Mac is the ultimate collection. Covered hills till the landslide brought me down. To order the very best of Fleetwood Mac, call the number on your screen or send check or money order for $24.98 CD plus shipping and handling to the address shown. Call now and receive your free lithograph with your order. Rush delivery available.
Welcome back to Boulder as we head into the 4th quarter. Colorado and Iowa State knotted at 20, and what a way to cap off a great Big 12 season that we've had here on Fox Sports Net.
No doubt about it. A couple of teams are just scrapping, Bill. A lot of fun out there. We watched Seneca Wallace play very well tonight. Chris Brown, he's not in the football game now, but Seneca Wallace trying to lead his troops. The Cyclones out from his own end line, and the Buff defense trying to answer here.
Out of the end zone, Wallace fires, nearly picked off at the 15-yard line. Sneed thought he had the interception. Dangerous play.
That's where you got Seneca Wallace rolling out of the pocket, trying to make a play on the move here, and throws the ball a little outside here. Can't get inside to Whitburn.
It'll make it 3rd and 9 now for the Cyclones. Iowa State led 7-3 after 1. Colorado at the half on top 17-14. A Woodley touchdown, a blocked kick, and then Brome's field goal has tied it as we go into the 4th quarter. Wallace out of the shotgun. Wagner beside him. Wallace going to keep the football. And he is stopped at the 10-yard line, and Iowa State will have to kick it away. Medford Moore making the tackle.
That's a good tackle, too. Medford Moore comes up from his safety spot, and a little pressure inside on Seneca Wallace. They probably realize they're going to try to run the quarterback the quarterback draw here, and Seneca Wallace runs up in there, and Medford Moore makes a nice open field tackle.
Both teams have been winning the 4th quarter battle this year. Cyclones outscoring their opponents 79-42 in the final frame, and Colorado outscoring its opponents 59-50 in the 4th quarter. In the end zone is Tony Yelp rather, is Blankenship, the punter. He gets off a boomer, and Bloom is back. Gonna bring it. Nope. Gonna bring it to the turf. Great coverage by Iowa State as he is brought down on the play, and Danielson there to make the tackle. 51-yard punt, -2 on the return. Our game summary: Brown 127 yards rushing, being x-rayed right now. Wallace bringing it both, and the turnovers: Iowa State 3, Colorado 1. You see the total yards, the Buffs owning it there with their first half time of possession domination. Hodge has a 1st and 10 at the 40. Purify hit hard.
Word does a good job sneaking in there and getting a good square tackle on Bobby Purify.
Matt Word making the tackle.
He's been an active linebacker for that Cyclone defense also, Bill, and he's their leading tackler on that football team.
108 tackles last year, 110 coming into this game this year. Senior out of Southridge High School, Miami, Florida. Mark playing with Cleveland in the NFL. 2nd down and 12 from the 38 of the Buffs. Purify again, dances to the right side, and then he is hit hard and driven back. Jeremy Lloyd leading the way that time.
Yeah, about 4-yard pickup there. Good cut that time, though, by Bobby Purify. Everything taken away front side, kind of slides back door, and Jeremy Lloyd kind of stays where he needs to. Makes a good tackle.
Bloom comes back into the ball game for Colorado.
You see what Sean Watson, the offensive coordinator for Colorado, does here. Hey, just go with what brought us. Just run the football, work your play-action passing game here. Don't get out of sync, and don't feel like you've got to make some great plays to win this football game. Time in, time out, you've run that ball well, and just trying to do it again here.
3rd and 7, and Hodge, they come after him, and the screen is set up to Purify. He's at the 50. Purify, 1st down, diving to near the 40-yard line of Iowa State. Phillips making the tackle.
This is a play of choice that they like to run in 3rd and long situations, give Bobby Purify a chance to make the play, and he's just going to get the benefit here of the screen. Going to set the screen out here, and Bobby Purify slip out and get that to him. And got good blocking out front, and that's how you run the screen play here. Take a look at the offensive lineman getting out there, and see a good job here by Bobby Purify, just splitting the gap there, getting the big 1st down.
16 yards on the pickup. 1st and 10 at the 41 of Iowa State. And now the end around of the reverse, and then the throw, and it is incomplete. Making the pass. Well, we got a 38 Kunkel, and he rushed it a bit. Well, here's a different look, Gary.
Well, they've shown the one reverse play already, and you're going to see that. You're going to hand off here, reverse, then get it back to Kunkel, who's coming around trying to throw the ball. But, you know, his arm's not too warmed up, Bill. He's kind of cool out there and doesn't get it out there, trying to get the ball to the quarterback all the way around the corner. And he was open. I have a chance to get it to him.
Barry Kunkel, wide receiver, trying to make the throw here. 2nd and 10. Yeah, both teams just letting it hang out. They're wide open action tonight. And again, they come back on the carry, and
that's Houston again.
Houston gets his 2nd carry before Tom for the Tim Tebrink makes the tackle, the sophomore from Alton, Iowa.
He's got that little glide, that little slide when he goes through the hole. You know, he looks like he can burst, you know, and that's the kind of speed that he has going through the hole.
Kunkel, by the way, had led him 3 times as a quarterback at Horizon High School in nearby Broomfield, Colorado. So he had the arm. They had the play design with the right guy to throw it, just didn't execute it. 3rd down and 5 here from the 36 of the Cyclones. Now the shotgun is Hodge. Then he picks it to Purify on the shovel, and he has another 1st down. So Colorado mixing it up nicely in the absence of Brown. Smith made the tackle, but Colorado marching, trying to break this 20-20 tie.
Well, when you run this play, you need to have great blocking by your right guard. Lucier's going to come out and kick out here. Take a look here, the shovel pass. Watch the kick out block. Number 78 go there, and bingo, right there on the linebacker. Knocks him out of the hole, and good execution by the Buffs.
1st and 10 at the 26 for Colorado. Again, out of the gun, it's Hodge. He will keep this time, and Hodge trying to turn the corner. And nailed on the sideline. There's the flag.
And then Matt Word on the sideline making the hit. Take a look at how close this is. The official's talking to him, the referee is. And
dead ball, personal foul, half the distance, automatic first down.
Now Robert Hodge is trying to make a play here. Just scoots to the outside. You see the open space there, and right on the sideline.
Well, and Gary, I also think, if we take another look at it here, Iowa State fans would probably say, now, wait a minute, he wasn't out of bounds yet. But I think the officials, there is so little room on the sidelines here at Folsom Field, they're probably extra cautious, and maybe they should be, that you can have some serious injuries here because just nowhere to go but a concrete wall.
Yeah, that's right. There's 18 feet from the side of the playing field to the bleachers on either side of this field. It's pretty tight. A lot of people down there. It's not a wide area to go to, and so if somebody's running around down there, the referees are going to protect those players first and foremost.
Second down coming up here. 13 after the loss on that play. With 10:44 remaining in the football game. There's a good look at just how little room there is on the sidelines here at Folsom Field. Boy, but the fans can't beat it, though. You are right on top of the action. Hodge rolls out. Williams, and he is brought down out of bounds at the 10-yard line as they roll into that wall. Atif Austin, the senior from Tarpon Springs, Florida, there to make the play. Atif, an honorable mention all-conference pick last year.
Williams, the second tight end of the game, just going to do a bootleg and work behind the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback Hodge rolls out and throws it to him. Not a whole lot of yards there, but a positive play.
Donahoe, McCoy, and Monte come in the lineup now on a 3rd and 6. Hodge in the end zone, and it is touchdown Colorado. They had to wait and see. McCoy.
That's what you call going down and getting the football. Derek McCoy working with his quarterback, going outside, picking up a low liner.
Derek McCoy, his 6th TD reception of the season, and Colorado 26-20, the all-important point after from Brome, and it is good. So the Buffs, the first back-to-back scores tonight, and they take a lead of 27-20.
Rockstar Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It can't be like anybody else's shop. No.
And you know what? Let's not say that we're going to be cutting edge. Let's be cutting edge. Like this you got on right now. Don't even put sleeves on.
I will show up.
You know what I mean? I mean, you can show the pads.
Take them off. With that.
That's like a Star Wars thing. There you go.
With that. There you go. Y'all see I got the money.
Yeah.
I come like this here. Can I come this way? I'll come like this.
The NFL Show with Irvin, Siragusa, and Davidson. Tonight and tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
Look at that. You're hanging out here, bro.
Derek McCoy's great touchdown grab from Hodge, and Colorado leads at 27-20 with 10:20 to go.
Good throw and catch here. Robert Hodge on the move, throws it down and outside, and Derek McCoy stretches out, gets his hands underneath the football. Most important, comes up with the grab. Good catch there. You see his hands underneath it nicely, and I'll tell you, this young man makes a great catch. Derek McCoy just stretching out and making one heck of a football catch. That's pretty good coverage, though, on the backside. And not a whole lot more you can do with that. Hobbs on top. And Just a great execution by the quarterback and the receiver.
10 plays, 60 yards, and McCoy a 6-yard reception for the TD. And Hodge gets his second TD toss of the night, his 11th of the season. Miller and Wagner are deep for Iowa State as Mariscal prepares to kick it off here into a pretty good breeze. Miller saw that one sail on him. Still ain't got the handle. And Miller, nice job to recover and bring it out to the 21-yard line. Let's go down to Zach Klein.
Chris Brown's day, guys, is over. He is done for the day. He has a bruised sternum. The x-rays on his ribs were negative. No broken ribs, but his day is over, guys.
We saw him blocking on a play, Bill, and coming around the corner trying to run a bootleg, and Chris Brown was blocking and blocking low. It looked like he kind of got crunched, kind of compacted on that play, and that was the cause of the pain and the check on his the x-ray.
48,728 are here now to see if they can rattle that quarterback as Seneca Wallace trots on. His club down 7 and 10 to go. First and 10 from the 20. And Wallace, the option to Danielson. Danielson, 35, and then he slipped. Danielson trips at the 37-yard line. He's got good speed. Billingsley will be credited with a tackle, if you will.
Well, in the first quarter, we saw a play by Seneca Wallace where he doesn't pitch the ball. He gets 40-something yards on that play, and Danielson has a chance to get more here. But I tell you, just the rug, they pulled it right out from under him there here. That's a good play, good execution by the Cyclones, and getting started again.
Well, and the Cyclones, time's still not a factor here as far as having to score. They got to give that defense a little bit of a rest, though. They've got to at least mount a drive and maybe turn the field position back into their favor. Here's Wagner. He jumps over 2 and bolts to the 46-yard line as Bedford Moore makes the tackle.
He just jumps right through a J.J. Billingsley tackle who comes up and hits him square in the hole, and Wagner does a nice job of getting some yards after contact.
9:25 to go. Colorado with a 27-20 lead. Buff fans wanting to celebrate tonight. A win here. They're Big 12 North champs, regardless of what would happen in their season finale against Nebraska. They're the defending league champs. They want to go back to the title game. Wagner. And he is stopped about the line of scrimmage. Sam Wilder makes the tackle.
I tell you, it's just a tough yard there. I tell you, you need to get 1 yard for the first down. On second down, you think you can get it in there, but Wilder says no way.
Harris also in on the play, and 3rd and 1 at the 46-yard line. It's a long one. Wallace in trouble, lost the football, and it was down. It has been called down.
And there's a penalty on the play too, Bill.
We may have a face mask. Let's let them sort it out.
The line judge throws the flag from the near sideline here.
Clyde Sorrell wasn't taking any chances. He was off to the end zone.
Incidental face mask against the defense. First down.
Whoa, big call. Look at the expression on Gary Barnett's face.
Now, they actually had this play well defensed, and Buffalo's going to, I wish this really hadn't happened. Do a good job here in Seneca Walls trying to make a play down the line of scrimmage. And right, yeah, there's a face mask. There's no doubt about it. But that's Ewu, the safety, coming up making a play outside. The second time he's tackled Seneca on the outside.
And it's going to happen with Wallace. I mean, as slippery as he is, the way he's turning, you're just trying to get a beat on him and grab anything you can. Well, what a big turn, though, as Colorado, that play doesn't get called. Colorado's got the football and touchdown. Now, instead, it is Iowa State ball at midfield, actually the 49 of Colorado, and 1st and 10. They're still in the hunt. And Wagner. And it wasn't so important, we're saying that Iowa State had to score here, but they certainly couldn't give up a big play touchdown the other way. Would really put them behind the 8 ball. Sorrell made the tackle on that play. 7:42 to go. Wallace brings them out. 2nd and 7. Those of you that have just joined us here, Colorado leading Iowa State. It is a 2nd and 7 for Iowa State off the fingertips of Young from Wallace, and Snead was covering. I'm Bill Land along with Gary Reasons and Zach Klein. Glad to have you with us. We've had a great football game here as Iowa State, you see in the first quarter, leading 7-3. Colorado led at the half. And then Iowa State a touchdown, but a block point after. Colorado countered with a field goal to tie it, and the Buffs, with a McCoy touchdown, have taken the lead. Now, Iowa State, a 3rd and 7 at the 47-yard line of Colorado. Colorado ranked 17th in the country, needing a win tonight to claim the Big 12 North title. Wallace fires, Whitver incomplete.
Yeah, hit the ground in front of him. Whitver needs to come back one more step for that catch, and Seneca Walls tries to deliver it here. I don't think there's going to be any hesitation here by Dan McCarney. He's going to put his punt team out there on the field and let his defense go back, go to work. Take a look here at this throw. He's zips it pretty quick here, but it's going to hit the ground right underneath Jack Whitver. Obviously a non-catch.
Great angle by our camera crew. And Colorado, again, remind you that have just joined us as McCoy is deep here. Colorado is without the nation's leading rusher, Chris Brown, who left with 125 yards, but out with an injury and not returning. And their leading tackler, Donald Strickland, on the defensive side, is also out with an ankle injury. Blue for the McCoy, and hit hard about the 11-yard line. So nice job on the punting end that time by Blankenship. Moser made the tackle. Stay with us, 27-20 Buffs.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
Ryan Newman was born to make NASCAR more exciting. The Daytona 500 returns this February only on Fox.
Catch all the hard-hitting action every week on ACC Live. Join host Mike Hogwood to get the most in-depth coverage from around the conference.
This is going to be one fun year.
ACC Live, Mondays at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
We're ACC Hoops crazy all next week. Can the Terps defend their title? Is Duke tough enough? Do the Tar Heels have the right talent to rebound from last year? So many questions, but we've got all the answers. ACC Hoops on your Southern Sports Report all next week.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
27-20 Colorado with 6:58 remaining in the game. The Buffaloes to get the football, 1st and 10, officially on their own 12-yard line. Our Suzuki Heisman watch. Brown today 127 yards and out. McGahee 16 rushing TDs last 7. Larry Johnson, huge day for Penn State today. Now we'll take a look at Brown's injury in a moment, but first of all we'll let Colorado this first play in.
Those are the top running back candidates if we lined them up there.
1st and 10 at the 12. Hodge gives to Purify, and Purify brought down near the 16-yard line by Austin and Smith. Here's the play that we think Brown may have gotten injured on.
Chris Brown is a tailback back here, and he's going to block. He's going to try to try to seal block here on the outside. And as he turns, you're going to take a look here as Chris Brown goes down. Right there, he's got a knee right in the sternum. And
back to the live action in Colorado again with Purify, and Purify across to the 26-yard line. 1st down as Forrest makes the tackle.
He gets up kind of slow that time, Bobby Purify. And Good thing is they've got Marcus Houston finally healthy to be back in that backfield with them.
Purify, yeah, Houston, who's still fighting the injury thing. Coach just said they really didn't expect Houston to be able to go much tonight, but he's come out and made a couple of decent runs. In here now with 6:12 remaining. 1st and 10 at the 27. Houston fumble the football. Iowa State has recovered it. Cyclones pick it up. Brandon Brown with a recovery, and the Cyclones get great field position.
Yeah, just one of those things that doesn't, they don't have a good mesh that time. The quarterback and the tailback, Houston, to come down and try to make just an off-tackle play that they do every day in practice. It's their bread and butter play, ISO play. And Marcus Houston just does not get a hold of this football. Quarterback sticks it in there, and he tries to grab it, but doesn't get it. And take a look here. Brandon Brown makes a nice fumble recovery for the Cyclones. And the ball's in there. He just doesn't pull it in, Bill.
Brandon Brown, his 3rd fumble recovery of the year. He had his first sack of his career against Colorado last year, so coming up big against the Buffs again here. 1st and 10 at the 25 for Wallace and crew. High snap and a whistle. Flags everywhere.
Yeah, the umpire throws a penalty, so he's going to see a false start there on the offense, and the line judge on the sideline.
Prior to snap. False start. Offense.
Back it up 5 yards. And Dan McCarney yelling at his offense after, hey guys, you can't do those things self-destruct, knocking on the door here on the 25-yard line. Now you're back at the 30.
Now, both teams have made some errors tonight. Some they've paid for, some others they've been able to cheat death, if you will. It is 1st and 15 now at the 30. Danielson in motion. And complete to Knock across the middle. And let's go now to Bill Jones in the Fox Sports Net studio for our Dr. Pepper game break.
One of the best games of the day, College Station, Texas against Missouri. Texas A&M loses quarterback Reggie McNeil to an injury. His backup, Dustin Long, in overtime, intercepted by the Tigers' Brandon Barnes. Missouri wins 33-27. Bill?
Thank you, Bill. A couple of wild ones in the Lone Star State today as Missouri winning there. Texas Tech bumping off Texas, and they control their own destiny. They'll meet Oklahoma for the South title next week. A fumble here. Colorado's got it. The Buffaloes going to return it for a score, and it's Medford Moore. No one will catch him. No flags.
Wow, what a way to capitalize on a play. This is the 2nd fumble for Seneca Wallace tonight, receiving the shotgun snap. 2 times now the Buffalo defense has been able to come up with those plays, and now Medford Moore takes a big play for a score for Colorado.
Well, we saw him return an interception, 51 yards for a TD that sewed it up against Texas Tech earlier this season. And Medford Moore returns this one 71 yards on a fumble return. And Brome for the point after, and it'll take an Iowa State miracle comeback to get back in this thing, as Moore, of course, who'd forget he did it in the Big 12 championship game. Big play, Medford Moore.
Here's what I know. You can tell a lot about a girl after the first kiss, but you can never know a girl completely. Fear of commitment is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Buying an engagement ring is about a lot more than picking out a diamond. Mistakes are like relationships. Painful at times, but they always teach you something. And if you're going to take that leap of faith, leave your mind open and your parachute on the ground.
Bass. A taste for more.
Someone asked me once if I had my shirt special made. I told them I got mine like everybody else at Tractor Supply. The Wrangler jeans, Carhartt coats and workwear, Walls coveralls, plus clothes for the whole family. There's just no place that fits my life better than Tractor Supply. It's even where I go to get socks.
Tractor Supply, for 1 acre or 1,000, will help you get the job done.
Rockstar Billy Gibbons, world-class car collector. He knows different players perform differently, like different engines. That's why he uses fine-tuned Quaker State higher mileage engine. It can help improve performance in older engines by restoring power.
Sure could use help changing my oil.
Ah, for the life of a rock star. For performance you can count on Quaker State. Stay tuned.
Buy 5 quarts and save big on these Quaker State motor oils at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome back to Folsom Field in Boulder. The Dr. Pepper Big 12 football game of the week on Fox Sports Net has been brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler and Sonic, where chili makes it better. Colorado up 14 now. They finally turned the tide as we welcome you back here. This one was tied at 20 entering the fourth quarter. Bill Land, Gary Reason, Zach Klein with you. A McCoy 6-yard TD pass from Hodge. And then after Colorado had fumbled it and Iowa State in great position to tie it up, another fumbled snap and a 71-yard return by Medford Moore. His second defensive touchdown. We mentioned the one against Texas Tech earlier this year here. Last year, the Big 12 championship game, as this one is a low liner, stopped at the 30. He had a 64-yard return against Texas that helped Colorado to the victory.
Watch the snap here. Almost the same thing that happened to him before. Gets away from him. Now Medford Moore, number 17, comes in the picture and picks it up and takes it for the score. Opportunistic football. Big play here for Colorado. Now they're up 14, Bill.
Junior out of Los Angeles. Big play, Medford Moore. And now Iowa State, 1st and 10 from its own 30 with 5:08 to go. Out of the shotgun. Seneca Wallace. He zips it to Whitmer. Whitmer escapes 2 tacklers and rolls across into Colorado territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, just a 3-man rush that time for Colorado, trying to contain Seneca Wallace in the passing game, but he zips it in there.
And no huddle for the Cyclones as Jackson made the stop there, and Wallace has got him set 1st and 10 at the 49 of the Buffs. Throw again. And does. Danielson drills it down to the 32-yard line. And Colorado a little soft in his coverage there as Billingsley makes the tackle. Our game plan for Iowa State.
Well, they had to play error-free, haven't done that. The turnovers, the PAT block, and play defense, whirlwind, get to the football. Colorado still pounding it, running at 251 yards. And Seneca Wallace, he's had doing a good job running the football, but 2 fumbles, very, very costly that he's had on the snaps.
1st and 10 to 32, and here's another first down. Maybe not. Danielson going the wrong direction. Danielson had the first down at the 20, but trying to circle to make a bigger play. And they're going to mark it.
Yeah, they're continuing to go with the 3-man rush here on Seneca Wallace, trying to drop everyone back in coverage, and this just zone coverage in the defensive secondary.
They are giving him a first down out of it, so really inconsequential. They were worried about the clock and moving the football right here. 1st and 10 at the 22. Wallace fires again, and it is complete to Young. Breaks the tackle the 10 and goes headstrong down to inside the 7-yard line. Moore made the tackle there, and Iowa State is going the length of the field in less than a minute.
Yeah, but just less than a minute, Bill. You're right. He coming down the field here, doing a good job zipping the ball out there, getting those 2 receivers and making some yards after the catch.
Sneed with the missed tackle. And now the Cyclones, with 4:15 and counting, line up 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Whitmer and Danielson wide left. Wagner the back beside Wallace in the backfield. Knock in motion. Wallace keeps the football. Wallace, touchdown Cyclones. Lickety split. Well, Dan McCarney said, we'll show up, we won't quit, and his Cyclones have done just that when you might think it was over.
Well, the little conservative approach that Colorado did on defense, rushing 3, dropping everyone off in zone coverage, and Seneca Wallace just picked them apart. This is just a quarterback draw play. You see the void area in the middle there, Seneca Wallace with his quick feet. They're not going to catch him as he brings it in for the touchdown.
So Wallace, the 6-yard run, and Seneca with the TD is 8th of the season, and the point after so important still, and it is good. Don't you dare go away. 3:56 remaining. Wallace and the Cyclones back in it.
You mocked this one too many times, Kimmel. Oh, I'm sorry. Stop it. It's showtime.
Watching my nipple.
Why, hello.
No. I got sweet, sweet
Put it
down. I
JV, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy host football's most animated pregame show, featuring Jillian's Forecast and Kimmel's Upset Special. Fox NFL Sunday, this week on your local Fox station.
Be still, boy.
The Southern Sports Report.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you this would be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Southern Sports Report, nightly at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
Well, while folks are headed down the slopes in the mountains of Colorado, a little bit closer to the flatland, we are back in Boulder, where it has not been smooth sailing for Colorado. They get up 2 touchdowns, think they got some breathing room, and Iowa State quickly goes the length of the field, and Wallace with the touchdown to bring them back within 7, 34-27. Welcome back, everyone.
When you've got Seneca Wallace at the helm you're running the show here for the Cyclone offense. Anything can happen, and he shows that he can do it time in and time out. And quick with his feet, but very accurate with his arm. Just one of those quarterbacks is very special, Bill.
Wallace having the best night of the season for him running tonight, and wanting one more shot here. Colorado, of course, banged and bruised as they try to complete this march to the Big 12 North title. Would like to ground it out when they get possession. Let's see what Iowa State does in the kickoff. Just going to boom it straight here, take advantage of the wind, and kick it out of the end zone. First and 10 to the 20. So what about Gary Barnett trying to defend the Big 12 title and get back to the championship game? The importance of winning the North, we had a chance to find out about it.
This is a big opportunity for our football team, and we know that. It's the goals that we've set down for ourselves. Every goal that we set down for ourselves is still within reach. And, you know, for us, winning the Big 12 North is an important first step.
It was last year. They got beat by Texas in the regular season and then beat them in the rematch in the Big 12 title game. Purify out to the 25, 5 precious yards. Let's revisit this Colorado game plan that we discussed in the early going.
Well, really, they've got to pound the football running, and they've done that here tonight. 5.6 yards a carry. Force Seneca to throw. He's done both. They haven't got that completely isolated. Hodge make decisions. No, he's done pretty well. 2 touchdowns today, no interceptions. He hasn't hurt this football team. Just execute and do it well, and he's got to do it here, Bill. Last week against Missouri, you know, they kind of were conservative late in the football game. Missouri got back into it. Now they've got to. They don't need to be conservative here. They need to execute their offense and use all the plays they have.
Second down and 5, and Purify. Watch out! Purify 45-50. Purify on the sideline and goes to inside the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 25-yard line. Anthony Forrest saved the touchdown.
Well, he wins the corner here. Bobby Purify gets around there. Good blocking in front of him, and he's got plenty of speed, Bill, to make a big play. Bobby Purify's got the big guys blocking up front and gets outside, and nobody even in the picture with him until Forrest comes up and makes the play. And shoestring tackle, or it's a touchdown.
50-yard run by Purify, his best of the season. And Purify now 16 carries, 149 yards.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row now he's gone over the 100-yard mark. He had 100 last week, I think.
And Purify coming in, averaging 5.3 a carry. This guy has really been something. And true team player. Last year, with 916 yards, Brown has been the main man this year. Now in his injury absence, Purify taking control of the football game. Down to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line.
And people wonder why Gary Barnett doesn't keep Chris Brown in there every single down in, down out, let him run the football. It's because you got a Bobby Purify. Bobby Purify is one of those kind of backs that's special in his own right. Got a lot of speed, a lot of ability, and can make a big play for you.
Purify 19 for 119 yards in that Missouri win that Gary was talking about. And doubles as their second leading pass receiver. Gary Barnett, smile starting to come to the face, going, all right, we punch this one in, we can relax a little bit. 1st and 10 at the 14. Purify. Brought down near the 10-yard line. Anderson with the tackle. Executive producer of College Football Saturday is Bill Borson. Coordinating producers are Roy Hamilton and Gary Garcia. Tonight's game produced by Bob Steinfeld and directed by Ken Miller. College Football Studio Show produced by Gary Kubik and directed by Chris Childs, and Senior Vice President of Field Operations is Andrea Berry. And we close out our coverage here with this crew tonight. We'd like to also thank executive producer from Fox Sports Net Southwest, Mike Anastasiou, as well as Fox Southwest Operations, Regina Roundtree, and Administrative Assistant Wendy Nagel. And Gary, particularly a joy with our entire crew that we have had with us throughout this Big 12 season. It has sure been fun, and it's great to work with the best.
They're a bunch of great people, and they've done a great job for us and making our job very easy. And it's been a real pleasure to work with you, Bill. And it's been a lot of great games that we've had this year, and this one included.
And no, Fox Sports Net's not done, folks. I want to remind you of that. Washington State with the Cougars still in that BCS hunt and a shot at the Rose Bowl. If not that, they take on Washington for the Apple Cup. Then on the 29th, Arizona State and Arizona, the big battle out in the desert. And Oregon and Oregon State, the renewal of the Civil War, November 30th, all on Fox Sports Net. Colorado trying to seal it here, up 34-27, 2nd down and 6, the ball on the 10. Purify. And down to near the 5-yard line.
They can still get a 1st down inside the 5, and if they do that, they're really take control here. Got a timeout called on the field again here by the Cyclones.
So they have 1 timeout remaining. And this Dan McCarney trying to get every last gasp he can out of this one. We want to remind you to don't miss the NFL show that is coming up next with Michael Irvin, Tony Siragusa, and comedian Tommy Davidson. They're joined by actor, rapper, and Raiders fan Ice Cube. Plus, Tommy visits Goose Old Stomping Grounds in Baltimore. Start your NFL weekend the night before, like tonight, the NFL show presented by the U.S. Postal Service right after our game. Catch it again in the morning on Fox Sports Net.
Well, with this win, if they continue to hold on here, Gary Barnett and the Colorado Buffaloes, Bill, are going to travel down to Houston to play in the Big 12 championship game for the 2nd year in a row, and that's an outstanding accomplishment in its own right.
Yeah, and what a matchup. I mean, we mentioned Colorado last year had the rematch with Texas. This year, they lose to Oklahoma. It's the only team they've lost to. If Oklahoma beats Texas Tech and Oklahoma State, then Oklahoma is headed to the Big 12 championship and a rematch. Texas Tech wins. Texas Tech will be there, and they'd like another shot at Colorado, I'm sure. Touchdown, Buffaloes, and that will do it. Purify, and they celebrate in the end zone.
Well, that's an exclamation point touchdown for this football team. You have to make a big play, and they do it. Bobby Purify, the big run early in this drive, and then Bobby, hey, just camp it off with the score here for your football team. You got the stacked backfield there. Bobby Purify dots that eye, and good blocking out in front of him here, and he does the rest of it, taking 1 tackler into the end zone and put the Buffs up again here by 2 scores.
Rome for the point after, and it is good. And 41-27 with 1:43 remaining. And boy, as Colorado spread it around tonight. You've got Hackett with a TD reception, McCoy, more of the fumble return. Hodges played very well. Brown early dominated. He got a TD. Purify gets one here.
You know what happened last year with Gary Barnett and his football team? It seemed like they built momentum as the season went along. And I see the same trend happening here with this football team, Bill. We've seen them over the last few weeks, and they have done nothing but that. They have really impressed, you know, what they've done offensively. And their defense is playing very well also. They made some big plays, turnovers. Take a look here at the Big 12 standings in the North. This doesn't include what's going on here tonight with Colorado, but they're firmly in the driver's seat. And if they win this football game, they're going to go down to Houston for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, Kansas State went to 5-2 with a win over Nebraska, and And the Wildcats look back and go, boy, we knew that Colorado game was big back in the earlier part of the season opener, as far as the league play. And Colorado got them here in a wild 35-31 victory. Miller is back to return the kick from Mariscal. Well, that last drive, 6 plays, 80 yards, purified, doing it all. And they'll bring it out. Wagner. Only hope was to make something happen there. Big 12 South, updated as Oklahoma. Victory over Baylor. Tech knocking off Texas. And thus, if Tech can defeat Oklahoma, Tech will go to the Big 12 title game. And there's the Oklahoma State win over Kansas. A&M fell to Missouri. And Baylor, of course, losing to Oklahoma. Seneca Wallace, the Cyclones have 1 game remaining. It's a non-conference game against Connecticut. So he will get the proper send-off before they go bowling. Danielson goes in motion, and Wallace to fire on first down to Wagner. And Wagner brought down at the 20. 1:30 and counting as Iwu makes the tackle here. Iowa State 1 timeout remaining.
Well, Dan McCarney, his football team, you've got to be impressed with them, Bill. They've qualified now for the 3rd year for a bowl game, and we would have liked to come in here and win this football game and get something a little better for them in the postseason, but that's probably not going to happen with the time. He's racing off the clock. He and his football team, they've got to be commended. They went through that tough stretch here late in the year against the Big 12 powers, and it's a tough stretch for them to go through. And coming out here, and we were question mark, how would they respond tonight? How would they play against coming off that loss to Kansas State a week ago? I think they played, showed some pretty good poise and some toughness.
1st and 10, and Wallace, and it's incomplete as Ninehouse was there. Yeah, and Iowa State beat Iowa that today clinched at minimum a co-championship of the Big Ten Conference. The only loss the Hawkeyes had was to their rival Iowa State. And of course they had the big one over Nebraska, who at that time was ranked number 20 when they came to Ames, and still a lot more to go for this Iowa State team. But for Gary Barnett, this Colorado, I mean, this is a guy that pulled Northwestern to the Rose Bowl when people thought that was impossible. And he's come out here and he's gotten Colorado now in his 4th season back-to-back Big 12 North titles and a shot at back-to-back conference crowns. Pass to Wagner, and with 50 seconds to go, the tackle is made at the 30.
Well, his goals were pretty simplified. They're trying to dump him on the sidelines over there. I'm watching there, and they got him. I think they got him a little water, and Coach Barnett, it's cold out there too, but he's a little wet now also. Talk about his goals, and he said, we want to handle what we can handle, and that's things that you have in your own control. And the control is, first of all, you win your football games to win your Big 12 North championship. And they're going to accomplish that here tonight. And the second goal that they have that's realistic for them is to go down to Houston and possibly win that second Big 12 overall championship. We asked him about the national picture and what the national implications are. He says, that's just something we don't have any control over because of the different polls and different things that go on in that. He says, all we do is go out and win football games and handle what we can. And he's got a real good focus on this football team.
Yeah, and just a sensational job here. We mentioned about Iowa State and some of their accomplishments. Well, highest ever ranking in the AP, number 9. The 3rd straight year being bowl eligible. The unbeaten mark at home, first time since 1906, and starting to dominate their rival, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Seneca Wallace, such a huge part in his final year, his 2nd year at Iowa State. What a player he has been, and what a legacy he will leave for the Cyclones. 3rd and 6 for Wallace. And they're not done yet as he drills Danielson at midfield. And that will move the chains. It's 1st and 10 at the 47, and Moore makes the tackle.
Still coming out slinging, throwing that football. Seneca Wallace showing he's got a very powerful arm, Bill.
From the 47, Wallace loops it off to Wagner. Wagner will just get out of bounds. Snead was there to cover.
I like the way they play. There's no quitting this football team. Just try to get something going, and maybe you never know. 29 seconds. Crazy things have happened. Just look at LSU last week. Oh, that was one heck of a finish of that football game.
Every coach in America is thinking, no, wait a minute. Until it is just impossible, you don't relax. And Wallace wanting to strike big here and then go for the onside kick. In trouble again, dancing loose near midfield. Going to keep this one, just get out of bounds, and try to get as close to the first down as he could on a 2nd and 11. Massoni was there to cover him.
Just watch the second gear that he has. When he kicks it in, boy, he just really flies. He's just trying to get out of bounds just to stop the clock.
And think of the condition that this guy is in to run, and the pressure that you have on you, and the ability to throw the ball as well as he does, as far as he does, and to make all of those decisions.
We talked about possibly an NFL opportunity for him. I think he's got a shot. I think some of the quarterback play in the NFL is changing. You take the Michael Vicks of the world that are out there, and he's that dual threat type quarterback. There's going to be a spot, I think, for Seneca Wallace.
Well, they're absolutely nuts if they don't give him a serious look. 3rd and 3. And got the first down, Wagner. And he pulls ahead across the 25 to the 23. And 12 seconds. They'll stop the clock, and let's see if he spikes. I'm going to look and make a play real quick. Tonight, he's 22 of 34, Gary, for 253 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. He's run for 102 yards tonight. His best of the year there. Wallace there. 3-man rush. Still looking. Still looking. Stops. Fires. Complete to Whitmer. But that will end the ball game. Colorado, Big 12 North champs. The posts will fall.
Now, these are the disposable goalposts. They take these apart. Actually, these are ones that they're used to taking apart here. And they realize, hey, we better get these down, because they realize the fans are coming on the field.
Talk about everybody being ready in Colorado as they celebrate and enjoy. Bobby Purify, just a sensational night. And the Buffs go to 8-3, 6-1 in the Big 12 with only Nebraska remaining. They continue to pile out. Colorado, Big 12 North champs. K-State 5-2. Cyclones fall to 4-4. Nebraska awaiting at 3-4. And don't forget Missouri down there now, 5-6 overall, playing to become bowl eligible against Kansas State next week. And Gary Barnett, one happy guy.
He's wet and all, but he realizes it's over and we win this one.
Saw the reception, saw the clock hit 0.
And our man Zach Klein, I'm sure, is down there somewhere in that ruckus.
And hello, Houston. Colorado, last year 10-3, 7-1 to win the Big 12. Let's go down to Zach Klein. He's somewhere in that mess, I got a feeling.
Coach, Colorado includes 157-1 with scoring more than 38 points. Offensively, you did it. Defensively, 4 turnovers. Congratulations on the win.
Well, thank you. That was a hard-fought game. I'll tell you, Iowa State's a heck of a football team. They play tough, and they've got great speed, and that kid's a great football player at quarterback. And, you know, we got a bunch of guys hurt, and we just made enough plays to win the game. Either both teams play hard enough to win and deserve, you know, everything.
You had 6 controllable goals at the beginning of the year. Number 5 was winning the Big 12 North. You crossed that off your list, Coach.
Yeah, looks like we got to go to the next one now, but this is a big win for us. And considering everything this team's gone through, and I can't say enough about our leaders and our seniors and how they've come together to take this team to where it has. And it's a great day for these kids.
Chris Brown goes out with an injury. Bobby Purify comes in, gets you on the board time after time. Great game for him filling in.
Bobby had a great game, and you know, just a bunch of guys just played hard, and it wasn't perfect, and it wasn't necessarily pretty, but it was a heck of a game.
Have you packed your bags yet for H-Town? You ready to go?
No. We got to go to Lincoln.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Bill, send it back to you.
Always the focus. Thank you very much, Zach. Gary, just a tremendous victory for Colorado. What a season here.
Well, Bill, I think that Gary Barnett's got this team focused, and you know they're going to be another tough game. They've got to head them down in Lincoln, but they've got their sights set on going down to Houston and winning this Big 12 championship one more time. And my hat's off to him. He's done a great job with this football team.
Well-balanced effort here by Colorado, and Gary Barnett may not think it's pretty, but Jeremy Bloom and the celebrating Buffalo thinks it's downright beautiful. What a fantastic night in Boulder, Colorado for the Buffs of Colorado, the Big 12 North champions, the second year in a row, and headed the lead.